Good evening and welcome to Hobie Krause Field in Montpelier as we settle in for Week 8 of high school football coverage tonight. It is a game in the Toledo Area Athletic Conference between the Ottawa Hills Green Bears and the Montpelier Locos. Ottawa Hills at 5-1. Montpelier comes in at 2-5. The one-game disparity, Ottawa Hills coming off of a bye week. They were unable to replace the Cardinal Stritch game last week, so did not play last weekend at all. Montpelier, again, 2-5. They are 0-2 in the TAC. Ottawa Hills 1-0 in the Toledo Area Athletic Conference. This is the Oberlin and Turnbull Funeral Homes and Crematory pregame show. A lot of storylines as we bring in Mike Bumb here tonight, and I think the first storyline is a dual-part situation I want to ask you about when we focus on Montpelier. Improving team from the beginning of the year, certainly from when we saw them against Eden. They've had some moments, picked up a couple of wins, had one going into the Eden game and then added another, and we're going to see a changing of the guard at quarterback tonight. It is the freshman's turn, Hayden Sharps, who will get the start tonight. Talk a little bit about that, why you think the change is happening, and what Hayden brings to the table in this offense.
Well, I think, again, you've got a very talented freshman. I don't think it's so much to do with the starting quarterback, Grant Garrell, but it has more to do with the talent and the skill level of what they believe and the potential is of Hayden Sharps. And right now, Montpelier, is improving. Have had a little bit of success, maybe not as much success as what they would like to. They believe that they're still evolving with this new offense, the spread offense, and they believe long-term Hayden Sharps may be the kid that can run it most effectively. And that's not a knock on the starting quarterback, who's done a lot of great things and still going to be utilized in a lot of different ways, offensively and defensively. But sometimes you get to a point in the season where you need a little bit of a spark. And the Montpelier coaching staff evidently believes that maybe that time is now.
Hayden Sharps talked with assistant coach Troy Roth. I said, what's he bring to the table? What's he add to this offense? Yeah. The ability to maybe be a little bit better athlete in space, a little quicker, a little shiftier, can do that. Quicker release, quicker footwork, maybe than Grant Garrell at quarterback. Obviously, there's going to be a little bit more of a learning curve because this is a freshman and he's starting in his first varsity game against a pretty good Ottawa Hills team, by the way.
You got it. A 5-1 Ottawa Hills team, baptism by fire, if you will. If you watch Hayden Sharps throw the football in warm-ups and a little bit that we've seen him in game action, the release, the way the ball comes off of his fingertips is a little bit different. So you can see the potential. He's got great arm talent. Now, how he performs tonight against a really good team, of course, in a perfect world, Montpelier would like to put him in a situation in which, maybe a lesser opponent, if you will, a team that's struggling a little bit more, where he can get him some confidence. Not going to be the case tonight. Ottawa Hills is a legitimate team who, if they win tonight against Montpelier, will play for the TAC championship next week against Eden.
Well, we got a week in between. They got Northwood next week. Yeah, still got to get through Northwood, too, as well. This is, as you mentioned, a really good football team in Chris Hardman's 21st year as the head coach at Ottawa Hills. This is a team that is not blessed with a lot of size, but they put athletes on the field. They are dinged up a little bit. Quarterback position is something also worth talk about. Chase Miller is their normal starter. He was injured against Margaretta with a broken wrist, so he's out. They expect him back maybe as early as next week against Northwood. So insert Cole Anderson. Cole Anderson, also a story in himself. He's coming off of a torn ACL earlier in his career. So they're happy at Ottawa Hills that this is a young man that's made it all the way back and is able to have a little success. He's got size, a 6'3", 200-pound senior. So quarterback position there. A.J. George is electrifying and maybe probably their best all-around football player. He broke his tibia against Gibsonburg and is back, but not playing offense quite yet. They're going to have him back on the offensive side as the weeks 9, 10, and the postseason come along, but we're going to see him all over the field defensively. But a guy to keep an eye on that offensive side. Their playmaker is Sam McCaffrey.
Well, Sam McCaffrey, not just running the football, he leads the team in rushing yards, but also in catching the football, as they'll use him out of the backfield and also put him in the slot position. So Sam McCaffrey, with all of the injuries, especially offensively, that Ottawa Hills has, will be the guy that everybody wants to keep an eye on. If Montpelier is going to have any chance of success, and that will be in the keys of the game, you're going to have to contain. I don't think you can totally stop Sam McCaffrey, but you're going to have to contain him, especially you can't do much about it if they're going to run the football to him, but if they try to throw the football, make sure he's accounted for every single time.
Take a short break on the Oberlin and Turnbull Funeral Homes pregame show. When we come back, we will dive into the conversation with head coach of the Montpelier Locos, Andy Robinson, on our Brian Ford Lincoln conversation with the coaches coming up in just a moment. Looking to earn good money in a great work atmosphere? Come join the team at 2020 Custom Molded Plastics in Holiday City. They're now looking for full-time and part-time production operators, and they have schedules that fit everyone. Earn $500 monthly for perfect attendance, refer a friend, and get a $500 referral bonus. No mandated overtime, clean environment, and full benefits at 30 days. Apply online today at 2020cmp.com, then stop in Monday through Friday from 9 to 4 for open interviews on Selwyn Drive in Holiday City.
When it comes to choosing a memorial that represents the lasting memories of a person's life, the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio can create exactly what you are looking for. Like an eagle soaring through the woods etched on a memorial, a bench that has mom and dad's names engraved into the granite to sit and reflect, a picture of the family farm etched on the stone, or maybe your style is a memorial that has a split headstone with a vase in between for flowers. The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families in the tri-state area since 1924.
For all of your insurance needs, see Denny Gehrig or Elaine Hake at Gehrig's All-Star Insurance Agency, East Main Street in Montpelier. Gehrig's All-Star Insurance Agency offers home, auto, business, and farm insurance, plus financial responsibility bonds are available. Gehrig's All-Star Insurance Agency wants to salute and congratulate all of the area athletes for their time and commitment. Good luck to all the athletes. From Gehrig's All-Star Insurance Agency, East Main Street, Montpelier. Friday night football as we roll into week number 8 already. Our Brian Ford Lincoln conversation with the coaches, and glad to be joined by Montpelier head coach Andy Robinson. Andy, thanks for the time here on the pregame. And as you get into week 8, so obviously 7 under your belts, a couple of wins for Montpelier. But and that's great, and we want to see wins and want you to see wins and some success. Are you seeing improvement and this group getting better on the field as the season's gone on, Andy?
I have. I think we've improved for the most part. We felt like we were improving, kind of taking a step each week. We felt like we backslid a little bit against Eden. Didn't play very well that night on either side of the ball. But then kind of got it back together and got that second win against Fremont St. Joe and started taking steps in the right direction again. And then, last week against Northwood, they're big, they're a physical team, and I think we got outmatched a little bit. I don't think we played as well as we probably could have.
So offense is probably, at least from our perspective, a revamp of everything that they've been doing and making a commitment to running the spread. Still obviously a work in progress, but where do you see, I guess, this group getting better running what you want to run offensively?
We've gone to a little more of a run this year than we thought, but we've done a pretty good job with it. We're able to put a few different runs together each week that have made us a little more successful. We're getting better. Our receivers are understanding concepts a little better. Quarterbacks, I think we're still a little bit behind, but it's the toughest position to play when you're in the spread. And these kids are doing a good job of trying to learn this offense because we know, we bring just about every kid back next year, receiver and quarterback-wise. So we're trying to also progress so that when we get to next year, we should be able to just go right from the start.
I know a couple of wins helps, but still, when you're sitting at 2-5, it can be frustrating. Has that spilled over to practices or kids' attitude, or for the most part, have you seen everybody be pretty positive and pretty much on the same page?
I think we're still pretty positive. The one thing I actually, I kind of like is I've seen some disappointment in the kids for maybe not being win-wise where they thought we would be. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think these kids are starting to have an expectation, and I'm not sure that our kids have had an expectation for a couple of years now. And I think they're looking forward to games each week. We're still trying to learn how to be better practice players. That's something that, has to get better if we expect to win more games going forward.
Tell me about this Ottawa Hills team that you're going to face. What do you see when you watch film on them, Andy?
They're fast, and they got some really good size to them. They're different than what I've seen in the 4 years that I've been here. They're not under center. They're not going to try to just pound you for 3 yards. They're doing a few different things. They're in the gun the majority of the time. Their speed is probably the main thing that worries me, I guess. We've really got to try to contain them, keep them inside the tackles. We think they lost the George kid for the year, but they replaced him with a freshman, the Rocco kid, that he's fast as lightning. So we got to try to bottle him up. We got to get all 11 dudes to the ball on every play, because you give any of them a seam and they're going to be gone.
Andy, thanks for taking the time to visit with us. Best of luck against Ottawa Hills and the rest of the way this year.
Thank you for the coverage.
You know where to go when your vehicle has been in an accident, but why should you take that same vehicle to Jason Dietz Collision and Service when you need an oil change, brake job, or any other routine maintenance? It's because Dave Brown and Sam Bailey have 60 years of combined experience diagnosing and repairing domestic, foreign, and classic automobiles. They have a state-of-the-art alignment machine that ensures a perfect alignment every time, and the training and expertise to fix your problem the first time. So whether it's a crash or take your vehicle to Jason Dietz Collision and Service.
Hi, I'm Molly Culler, your local Allstate agent. I live and work here just like you. And with all kinds of local insurance advice, I am someone you can count on to help you protect all that's good in your life. I make it easy to save on the quality protection you need. I will even help do the switching and paperwork for you. So stop by my office today for a quote. We are located on West High Street in Bryan. That's 1111 West High Street in Bryan.
The Thompson and Giese Funeral Homes of Montpelier and Pioneer take great pride in caring for families, and they'll work tirelessly to provide you with a beautiful, lasting tribute to your loved one. In addition to the services that are offered, you'll receive an online memorial that you can share with family and friends. They have a wide range of resources to support you, not only today, but in the weeks and months to come. The Thompson and Giese Funeral Homes of Montpelier and Pioneer saying good luck to the athletes in tonight's game.
Looking for something different for your next event? The Eager Beaver Axe Hole is perfect for birthdays, corporate parties, and other special occasions. Axe throwing lanes, full-service bar, keno, pool tables, and more. Reserve your lanes today or ask about their exclusive VIP room. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, or call 419-980-7121. The Eager Beaver Axe Hole, just off State Route 24 in Defiance. Defiance's first axe throwing venue.
When you're in need of a new appliance, go to your local appliance dealer, Direct Link Appliance and Hardware in Bryan. They carry new, used, and scratch and dent appliances. They carry the brands you need: Speed Queen, Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Amana, and GE. Many in stock for you to take home today. Then, when you have something wrong in years to come, Direct Link will also service everything. No need to call that 800 number and talk to someone you don't know. Just call Direct Link at 419-636-4541, and they'll be out to fix it for you, whether it's under warranty or not. Direct Link Appliance and Hardware in Bryan, your local appliance dealer.
We are deep into our pregame show here tonight. Ottawa Hills, they went 6-5 last year, 3-2 in the TAC. Kicking games, skill positions, and an aggressive defense, some of the Green Bears' strengths. When the season began, 7 starters came back on each side of the ball, so they returned lots of experience. Among the players on the roster, 8 seniors on that roster, and they had aspirations and continue to have aspirations of a big season. They're going to not more than likely, they're going to get into the postseason, it would appear. They are still in contention for that TAC championship, of course, winning tonight, winning next week, and then that maybe a winner-take-all against Eden in week number 10. This year they have wins over Gibsonburg. By the way, that's Gibsonburg's only loss, and they handled them 35-13. Swanton and Evergreen, their only losses to Montpelier's opponent next week, a really good Margaretta team who's 6-1, and lost that by 2 scores. Rolled over Hilltop, played 2 weeks ago and beat Adrian Madison, and then, of course, as we mentioned, had the night off last week because of no reschedule or finding another opponent for Cardinal Stritch. Montpelier opened the year 0-3 with losses to Evergreen, Antwerp, and Edgerton, a win over Tuscarora Central Catholic, a loss to Eden, win over Fremont St. Joe, and a loss last week to Northwood. All right, Mike Bumb, we've had our conversation about both these teams presented by Brian Ford Lincoln. Now let's talk a little bit about the Fackler Monument Company keys to the game, and we begin right now. Let's talk with Montpelier. I feel like the last 2 or 3 weeks I've asked you that in a similar fashion, but how is an upset possible tonight for Montpelier?
First, you got to get the freshman quarterback comfortable. Obviously, some low-risk passing plays. Get the ball out to your athletes in space and get him some confidence early on. Of course, Montpelier is going to throw the football. In order to do that, your quarterback's going to have confidence early on.
All right, for Montpelier, how do they do? Or for Ottawa Hills, how do they win the game tonight?
Get the ball to Sam McCaffrey any way you possibly can. He likes to run the ball. He likes to catch the ball. He accounts for over 70% of their offense. Montpelier is going to have to account for him, no doubt about it.
Take a short break. We will be back with more on our Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Homes pregame show when we return. We talked on the phone a couple of times, but during COVID, but a long time since I've seen you. How am I? Good. How are you? Good. Happy anniversary. Thank you. Yeah, I saw that on Twitter today. Yeah.
I am. How do you find time to do that? You got to pay the price every day, man. So tonight you'll drive back. And you work out tonight? Or just...
Camco Industries, with facilities located in West Unity, Ohio and Morenci, Michigan, has openings on all 3 shifts for production and assembly operators. We manufacture interior plastic products for the automotive industry. As an operator, you will be required to visually inspect, trim, assemble, and pack parts, as well as label containers. You must be able to pass an entry-level test and a substance abuse test. Camco also has openings for shipping associates, material handlers, and production leads. Camco offers a complete benefit package along with a bonus for the successful completion of probationary status, an attendance bonus, and a referral bonus. If you would like to join our team, please complete an application online at www.kumi-na.com or in person at Camco, 1001 East Jackson Street, West Unity, Ohio, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. All rehires will be considered for employment.
Even though we don't know what life has in store for our homes or car, we can still prepare. Introducing the damage doesn't have to be too damaging policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Contact Danielle Van Atta, agent at 1318 East High Street, Suite A in Bryan, or call 419-636-0408 today. American Family Insurance Company, SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Welcome back out here to Montpelier and Hobie Krause Field. We have a special guest here on our pregame show tonight who is here as the honorary captain, Ohio Lieutenant Governor John Husted. John, thanks for being back and thanks for being with us here.
Great to be with you.
We talked a couple of times on the phone during COVID updates of 2020. I don't know the last time we've seen each other. Glad to see you.
Well, I'm glad those days are behind us. We're back to normal and out here on a Friday night doing what is probably the greatest thing in Ohio is Friday night football. If you, in any small town or suburb or city, Friday nights in Ohio are for high school football, and it's great to be back.
What's it like for you being away, being a grad here, going away and doing great things? In Columbus? What's it like coming back to Montpelier and being here on a night like tonight? You've done it more than once through the years. What's it like?
It's great memories. I was down on the field with the team when they were warming up, and I'm like, don't I have eligibility left? Can't I come play? It's like I want to go out there and do this over. It's so because we have so many fond memories.
Mike?
1984, the last time Montpelier won the NWL championship team. Of course, the game that sticks out in all of our minds who have watched you when we were young kids growing up was the 5 touchdowns against Delta. Now, Delta wasn't very good that year. You had a couple other big heavy hitters in the NWL, but take us back to maybe the most memorable high school football game you had here.
It was 5 touchdowns scored in a variety of different ways. It was
Delta game then?
Yeah, the Delta game. Yeah. Three touchdowns rushing, a 1 kickoff return for a touchdown, and an interception return for a touchdown. But I remember that vividly till today, and I remember the kickoff because I'd missed a tackle. On the play before. That allowed them to score a touchdown.
Okay.
And so when they kicked it to me, I'm like, they're not tackling me, and I took it back for a touchdown.
Yeah.
and then on the interception return, I remember it was a 4th and 16, and they were at the 16-yard line. It was and I was like, well, I'm just going to go back to the goal line. I was a linebacker. I'm going to go back to the goal line and then keep it all in front of me. And they tried to throw a slant to the outside. I saw it coming and just pick 6. So it was. I mean, literally, I remember those things like it happened yesterday.
A lot of people who would like to take credit for all of your success that you were a part of here in Montpelier. One that I know weighs on your heart, that somebody you remember, your old high school football coach, Hip Klotz. Of course, Hip has been gone for 10, 15 years, but he is still an icon here in Montpelier.
For all of us, I think.
For
in this
all
booth.
of us.
Yeah.
So many kids, not just kids that played athletics, kids that were just normal kids in the hallways. Hip Klotz had a way of reaching all of them. What did he mean to you?
Well, he was tremendous. He was an inspiration. He did a lot of things for kids that people will never know behind the scenes. I remember after one tough game one year, frankly, one of the assistant coaches kind of did me wrong. Mm-hmm. And Hip walked me right in front of the other coach and said, son, you're a great football player, and next week you're gonna be back in the lineup playing where we need you to be playing. And he said that right in front of the other coach, and he stood up for you as a player, as a kid. He fought for kids, and he pushed them to be their best. And he always mean a lot to me.
You received a little bit of a surprise tonight, I think, in the fact that you got announced that you're going into the Montpelier Athletic Hall of Fame in February of the new year, 2023. What's that mean when you heard that to you?
Well, it's very kind. Look, at this phase in my life, anytime that I can be around and hopefully inspire some other people, kids that grew up here, to let them know that, because I know when you grow up in a small town, sometimes you think that there are these far off places where all these big important things happen and it's beyond you. It's not. You can grow up here, you can grow up in Northwest Ohio, you can grow up in a small town, you can grow up rich, you can grow up poor, but America's a place where you can do anything. And if I can inspire one kid in Montpelier to believe in themselves, to do more, then it's always great for me to come back and try to do that.
I know you have a busy schedule. Do your kids, are they active in stuff? What do they do?
Well, yeah, my son graduated. He played track and football, and then went to the University of Dayton to play football as well, like I did. And then my daughters, they play, one plays golf, track, and basketball, and the other plays tennis and basketball. And what else does she do? She's also does track. So we got a lot of athletes in the family.
You hit the nail on the head, too, about there's nothing better than a Friday night. And tonight feels like a Friday night weather for the first time, I think, all season long.
The Christmas in the air. It's just a great night for football.
Yeah. John, it's so cool that you always make time to come back here. We talked about that in the school offices all this week, that every time John Houston is asked, he sometimes makes time to come up to Northwest Ohio. And it's not because of the votes, because there's only 4,000 people who live in Montpelier. So it's very cool of you to do that for us. And we're tickled, we're pleased as punch when we get to see you.
Well, it's great to be here. I have a lot of great childhood memories from here. A lot of friends made here, and I think this is the symbol of what small towns are all about, and you got to come back and you got to help inspire the next generation and do what you can to help.
Thanks for spending time with us. Happy anniversary.
Hey, thank you. My wife thanks you too.
3 Montpelier guys on the air. I think we've made radio history tonight.
That's right.
We'll take a break, and when we come back, the opening kickoff. Thanks to Ohio Lieutenant Governor John Houston for joining us. Ottawa Hills in Montpelier. That opening kickoff just minutes away in just a moment.
Clean up your yard with Ego battery-powered blowers for only $179, or check out the Ego pole saws and 18-inch chainsaws on sale now. When the snow starts flying, you're going to need an Ego snowblower too, and Donaldson's has them in stock. With winter ahead, make sure you change your furnace filters with Donaldson's buy 3 get 1 free Ace Basic pleated filters, and get your yard ready for winter with Scott's Winter Guard products to feed and weed your yard. Everything you need for fall and winter, only at Donaldson's Ace Hardware on Union Street in Bryan. Ace, the helpful place.
Your friends at your neighborhood Eden Farmers Co-op Country Store would like to invite you to stop in at the Eden, Montpelier, and Edgerton stores to check out their complete line of pet supplies, animal feed, and outdoor products. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff is ready to answer all of your questions concerning their complete line of Kalmbach, Land O'Lakes, and much, much more. For your convenience, your purchase can be carried to your vehicle by one of their employees. Be sure to stop by soon and see them at your hometown country store, the Eden Farmers Farmers Co-op.
When it comes to choosing a memorial that represents the lasting memories of a person's life, the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio can create exactly what you are looking for, like an eagle soaring through the woods etched on a memorial, a bench that has mom and dad's names engraved into the granite to sit and reflect, a picture of the family farm etched on the stone, or maybe your style is a memorial that has a split headstone with a vase in between for flowers. The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families in the tri-state area since 1924.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you saved money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit Andrews O'Neill & Lowe in Archbold, Bryan, or Wasion, or online at andrewsoneillandlowe.com.
Closing in on the opening kickoff tonight between Ottawa Hills and Montpelier. Let's meet the Tri-State Vision Center officials working the game tonight. The referee is Chris Steiner. The umpire is Stephen Hyder. The head linesman is Nicholas Kelsch. The lines judge is Dave Spees. And the back judge is Troy Zimguski. Those are your officials. They are working tonight's game and have their eyes on the game presented by the Tri-State Vision Center of Montpelier. Hayden Sharp's going to get the start, 6 of 16 in some spot duty on the year, 166 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions on this season. Brennan Friend, the leading rusher, at 323 yards, averaging a little more than 5 yards a carry. Cam Smith, the leading receiver, 37 catches for 405 yards on the season. No Chase Miller at quarterback. What are they missing there? 45 of 71 for 630 and 6 touchdowns and 3 picks. Cole Anderson in limited duty, 11 of 18 for 149 and 3 touchdowns on the season. Pillarelli is their leading rusher, and that is Rocco. And you heard Andy Robinson talk about Rocco's speed at 304 yards. Sam McCaffrey has rushed for 296, and A.J. George at 268 on the season. The leading receiver is McCaffrey with 16 catches for 341, and Reddick Pillarelli has 13 catches for 165 on the season. Ottawa Hills is 5-1, 1-0 in the TAC. Montpelier 2-5 and 0-2 in the TAC on the season. That'll do it for the Oberlin and Turnbull Funeral Homes and Crematory pregame show. There for you in your time of need, the Oberlin and Turnbull Funeral Homes and Crematory. Week number 8, my good friend. How did we get here so fast? Big matchup we're keeping an eye on tonight in the league. The de facto quote-unquote big game, it's because it's a rivalry game, Liberty Center and Patrick Henry. The big game around the area, sellout crowd, I think an overflow crowd tonight in that Antwerp-Ayersville game in the Green Meadows Conference. So looking forward to following those and any other games that are happening. Non-conference game, I think an interesting one to watch out for is Norwalk-St. Paul at Eden tonight. Some points on the line in that game, no doubt.
No doubt about it, and it's a game that Eden needs to get. I think they've got to get a quality win, one more quality win before the end of the season, maybe 2 to get into the playoffs. But they're right there. They are an improving team.
And if they could get, if they can get the last 3, they jumped into the discussion then for a home game.
Well, yeah, and that's going to be tough because, as you said, that's a loaded schedule there at the end of the season here. But certainly that's what they have there. I think 2 out of 3, I think we thought they would probably get in. Is that fair? And, all 3, like you said, possibly a home game. And then the Antwerp-Ayersville game, as you said, is probably the most attractive game of the night. Ayersville's probably is the biggest surprise in Northwest Ohio from what they were last year to what they are to now. Big win last week, upsetting Tenora, albeit a reeling Tenora team, and now they get league favorite Antwerp tonight, and we'll see how that turns out.
So the deep man for Ottawa Hills is Sam McCaffrey. He is dangerous, 6'1", $170, a senior, as Jamison Grimm will have it teed up, and we are ready to get week number 8. Actually, it'll be Cam Smith who will kick it along the ground, gets a high hop, tried to maybe steal a possession, loose football jumping on it. For the Ottawa Hills Green Bears is Teddy Zapersky, who is a 5'9" sophomore, and he dives on it at about their 40-yard line.
Montpelier taking chances early, knows that they're going to have to get some kind of early break and turnover, and as you said, Andy, steal a possession, because quite frankly, their roster's not as good as Ottawa Hills, so it's not a bad game plan there. Didn't quite work out for Coach Robinson.
So here's Cole Anderson working in the gun. A.J. George is going to play on offense. We were told that when he would start, it would just be on the defensive side, but there's George in the backfield. There's a wing to the right, a tight end to the right, and 2 receivers to the right. Montpelier just jumped into the neutral zone just before the snap, so Ottawa Hills will get 5 yards, and it'll be 1st and 5 now at their own 45.
A team that likes to run the football, they will spread it out a little bit, but they still want to run the football. They're a running first dominated team.
Very much so. So George remains that running back. Jack Perizek is the halfback to the right, or wingback, if you will, with 2 receivers wide. McCaffrey is in the slot. Anderson, zone read and keep. Anderson will power his way for 4 yards. Tackle made by Griffin Cooley after that pickup of 4 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down and 1 from the 49-yard line.
Anderson, of course, coming in relief for the starting quarterback who had been hurt earlier in the season.
Chase Miller, broken wrist.
Who they expect to have back next week, I
As
believe.
early as next week, correct, against Northwood. If not, then Eden would definitely see him in week 10. 2nd down and 1, but the hope is Northwood next week. 2nd down and 1, hash mark near side. 2 receivers to the left, a wing and a receiver to the right. Pistol look offensively. Ottawa Hills will give you different formations. It'll be George who gets the call. Stutter step into the hole off the right side, picks up the 1st down into Montpelier territory. Brought down on the play by Gavin Zieski, and it'll be a 1st down carry.
Yeah, interesting to see how much Chris Hardman uses George here. Again, we were told he was only going to play defense tonight, but obviously if he's healthy enough to play defense, he's healthy enough to play offense. So we'll get a look to see how he is a key part to the running game for Ottawa Hills in the early part of the season.
That was George getting 5 into the Montpelier side of the field at the 46. Receiver to the left. They'll bunch 3 receivers to the right, and now they will flip the formation, bring a wing and a receiver over to the left side of the formation, bring McCaffrey in motion, and all of that window dressing. It's George who gets the call. He twists his way to the 41. George will get the 5 yards on the carry. Griffin Cooley gets the stop. Cooley is 6'1", 155-pound freshman. 2nd down and 5 for Ottawa Hills.
Yeah, 2nd carry for George already. Pretty good job there by Griff Cooley playing that outside linebacker or strong safety position and coming up and making a play.
So 2nd and 1, Ottawa Hills. First possession of the night, almost 2 minutes in. No score on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. A wing to the right, twins to the right. Now flipping a tight end over to the right. That is Ben Burke. George, the lone running back. George off the zone read, gets it. Bounces outside 40 to the 35. Turns inside to the 30, 25. There's a flag coming down behind. They're probably going to get an illegal block on that 20-plus yard George run. So it will erase some of that run as that flag is resting at the 25, and it is going to go against the Green Bears.
Yeah, Sam McCaffrey was doing a great job on the perimeter there, blocking on the corner area, and I don't know where it was a hold or where that came from, but I think Sam McCaffrey was just owning the Montpelier defender there and allowed George to get the corner, but all for naught.
George, 6'2", 215 pounds. They described him as a football animal, just lives in the weight room, loves the sport. He is their best all-around football player on this team. George stays in the backfield. He is a halfback to the right of Cole Anderson, the quarterback. 6'3", 200-pound quarterback. Receiver right and left, tight end to the left, wing to the left. Anderson, another zone read. Quick pop on a slant, and it's off the fingertips of McCaffrey, incomplete. Poked as he was coming across the middle by Carmelo Jones.
Yeah, couldn't quite see. Was it Carmelo who got the tip on that?
Well, Jones had
pretty
coverage.
Nice job, just again a fake inside handoff like Ottawa Hills has been doing, then tried to hit the quick hitter on the slant. Nice job by Carmelo Jones though, getting a hand up and knocking it away.
By the way, with that illegal block penalty, it brought Ottawa Hills to the 35. So they have a 2nd down and 10 right now from the Montpelier 35. 9.5 to go, first quarter of play. It's our first possession of the night. Ottawa Hills moving right to left. Receiver left, wing left, tight end to the right, receiver right. George, the lone setback. Perizek goes in motion to the far side. They ride it out and they give to George, who's going to be tackled on the play. Nice job going low that time. And that stop made defensively by Eli Fackler, 6'1", 195-pound junior.
Yeah,
really good football player.
He really is, and I really like Montpelier's linebacking core. Eli Fackler is that hybrid defensive end, outside linebacker, and doing a nice job there in that second level of coming up and making plays, and Fackler did just that time.
George only got a pair, so it'll be 3rd and 8 from the 33. Receiver both ways, wing to the left. Here comes a man in motion. It's McCaffrey. They give it to him on a jet sweep. McCaffrey, 35. Great downfield block by George. Cut back 25, still on his feet, 20, and brought down by Fackler inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. But that's going to be enough for the first down on a run of 15.
Yeah, and you can see the explosiveness, again, of Sam McCaffrey. In our keys of the game was Montpelier can't do much about it when they get him the ball, but, of course, they like to also use him out of the backfield and in that slot position to throw the ball to him. You can get a taste of his speed right there as he got the corner.
A couple of NWOAL scores. Bryan leads Evergreen 7-0. Archibald on top of Swanton 7-0. 1st and 10. Pistol look here formation-wise from the 18. It'll be George. George off the right side, runs into a wall, but still falls forward to about the 15-yard line. Got 3. Jamison Grimm was there, and also part of the tackle was Landon Fackler.
Yeah, Landon Fackler and Jamison Grimm. Jamison Grimm playing all year, basically the whole year, with a broken right hand there. He's got a cast on it, and his senior year, and he's saying, heck with it, I'm going to go. I'm just only get one chance of this football thing. I'm going to make the best of it. Nice play there.
Ball resting just inside the Montpelier 15. Green Bears on the move. 9th play of the drive coming up here. Tight end to the left. 2 receivers and a wing to the right. Now they'll flip the tight end over to the right. McCaffrey, the running back. Anderson on his own read. Rides it out, gives it this time. And it's George. And George still on his feet inside the 5, stretching, and is into the end zone for the touchdown. A.J. George from 15 yards out, and Ottawa Hills strikes first.
Again, nothing different than what they've been doing. Inside handoff out of the shotgun, pulling the backside guard around that time. And George is a very powerful runner. You're going to have to get multiple hats to the football to bring him down.
Rocco and Reddick Pillarelli's dad, Scott Pillarelli, is the offensive coordinator for Ottawa Hills. And we are bummed tonight. We are not going to see the best kicker in certainly Northwest Ohio, if not the state of Ohio. A scratch for Emilio Duran, who has a 50-yarder on his resume this season. So they will go for 2, juggling and losing the snap, and going down on the play back at the 5 is quarterback Anderson. Covering him up was Zieski, I should say, who makes the play. 6-0 Ottawa Hills, your score on the Andres O'Neill & scoreboard. 7:38 to go in the first. We'll be right back.
Jason Deach Collision and Customs is Northwest Ohio's largest trailer dealer with over 300 trailers in stock, from 53-foot race trailers and custom toter homes to open deck car trailers, dump trailers, landscape trailers, and equipment trailers. But they don't just sell trailers, they service them. Add options and do repairs on any brand. Because they're racers themselves, they know how to build the trailer right for your racing needs. Stop by their Edgerton location or shop 24/7 at jasondeachtrailersales.com. If you can dream it, they can build it at Jason Deach Collision and Customs.
6-0 our score. So the mystery is solved when we won't see extra points.
Well, that's kind of a strange thing.
Has this happened? Tell the story, and I'm going to ask you, has this happened?
Yeah, it happens. It shouldn't happen. It's usually a coach's fault, too. You got to bring the block, man. You got to bring the block.
So the kicking bag is not in Williams County.
The kicking bag, I hear, is not in Williams County, so we don't get to see the All-State kicker. I don't know. It has happened. It shouldn't happen, but that is what it is.
So good news in all of that is Duran's not injured, because he's got offers from Wake Forest and Baylor, and there's been visits to Notre Dame, Ohio State. Yeah. He's been places. He has opportunities.
What was the name of the kicker a few years that kicked for Michigan? Was it Geiger or something?
Michael Geiger,
who hit the field goal against Ohio State.
He's my favorite Spartan player of all time.
Yeah, he went off the field doing the windmill, right, for Michigan State.
He didn't even catch that.
Hey, Ottawa Hills, for the size school they are, Andy, how many sports do they have?
They got a lot.
They have a lot of sports. Those kids participate in everything. That's great.
So kicking tonight is Harley Talbot without any kicking apparatuses. And here comes the return to the near side. It's Griffin Cooley. Nice move by Cooley, who has a really good future here at Montpelier ahead of him. Gets a good return out to the 35. We have a quick game break to update you on. 2-yard TD pass. Wayne Trace leads Fairview 6-0. And Cleveland won earlier today, 2-1 over Tampa Bay, so they're up 1-0. Seattle 4-0 over Toronto. Krista, is that final? Let me know if that is final or not. Meanwhile, Philadelphia rallied to beat St. Louis. They were down 2-0 into the ninth and scored 6 and won 6-3. Mets and Padres about ready to play. Montpelier a 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line. Or we'll be playing just after. So we get Hayden Sharps in. The freshman turns and gives off the left side. And that carry will be Brennan Friend getting minimal yards on that stop, or on that carry, and George came up to make the stop.
Freshman's first start. His heart's beating a million miles an hour right now. Coach Robinson will do something to get him settled down. Handoff on first play. First down, I imagine second down will be some kind of a high percentage throw, maybe just a little bubble screen or something just to get the freshman comfortable throwing the football.
Sharps has Friend next to him. By the way, that is a Seattle win over Toronto. And it's on the exchange on the handoff, loose football, and Ottawa Hills has recovered at the 32. It was on the exchange, and Cooper Eidenauer, a 6'4", 185-pound sophomore, jumped on it and gobbled it up, and an early giveaway for the Montpelier offense.
Yeah, just the little things, that mesh point between the back and the quarterback. You're not used to it because you got a different quarterback in there, and who knows whose fault it is. If you're the quarterback's coach, you're going to say it's the quarterback's fault. If you're the running back coach, you're going to say it's the running back's fault. But nonetheless, big turnover for the Locomotives.
32-yard line is where the drive will start for Ottawa Hills. By the way, I'm going to come back to a mesh point, Wake Forest. You ever watch that?
That's crazy. I don't like it.
Here's the handoff on the interior, and there's the speed. It's Pillarelli. If he gets into the open field, he is a blazer. He gets about 9 on that first carry of the night for Rocco Pillarelli. Yeah. He is just a freshman, 5'6", 165, but he's a burner.
He really is. You had him with Sam McCaffrey in there. Boy, there's some speed in that backfield.
Got 9. It'll be 2nd down and 1. 6-0 our score. Ottawa Hills with the lead almost midway through quarter number 1 here on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard.
North Central takes their lead on Hilltop, 8-0.
Receiver right, receiver left, wing to the right, tight end to the left, Pillarelli in the backfield, McCaffrey in motion. They'll go to Pillarelli again, bangs his way into the pile. Not much running room there. Good play off the edge defensively for Montpelier that time.
You know, Montpelier's front seven has been pretty decent this year. You think back to some of the teams that have tried to run the football at them. They've held their own up front for most of the game. So this is something that fits into the Montpelier strengths, the fact that Ottawa Hills likes to run the ball between the tackles.
Ash Walls, number change for Ash. He made that last stop, 5'8", 175-pound junior. Pillarelli did get yardage for the first down. It's 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line. Pillarelli staying with a hot hand. 15, 10, 5. See you later. Touchdown. Rocco Pillarelli found daylight and wiggle and was gone. And a 2-score lead for the Green Bears.
Yeah, just
passing in on the turnover.
It really did. Yeah, you can't turn the ball over, especially if you're an underdog. And just a simple lead or trap, I could not tell if the guard pulled on that time. Nonetheless, Pillarello right up the gut there for Ottawa Hills and scores on the 10-yard touchdown.
Rocco Pillarelli, actually from 21, my good friend.
Was that 21? I'm sorry.
So now a 2-point attempt is coming up here for Ottawa Hills. 5:23 to play here in the first quarter. Receiver goes wide to the left. Pillarelli, the one running back. Receiver from the right is McCaffrey. They give it to him on the jet sweep. He tries to get to the front corner and does as he beat Griff Cooley to the edge and into the end zone. 14-0. Ottawa Hills in front. New score on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. We'll step aside and be back in 30 seconds.
You work hard for your money. That's why we see to it that your money works hard for you, not someone else. At Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, our earnings belong to our members and go right back to work for you, from better rates to lower fees. We've got the products and people to help you build a more fantastic future every step of the way. Join 14,000 other people just like you who want to do more with their money. Imagine a different possibility at Midwest Community Federal Credit Union.
Scores to update you on. Antwerp draws first blood. They lead Ayersville 6-0 in that one. Anthony Wayne 7-zip over Napoleon. And Archibald extends to a 14-0 lead over Swanton. All those are game break and scoreboard updates. Here it is 14-0 Ottawa Hills in front. That was just a quick 4-play drive covering 32 yards after the fumble. Kicking away is Harley Talbot. And Talbot punches it over to the far side. It'll bounce at the 25, yep, and then be scooped up by Cooley, who's trying to come across field. And he lost the football again, and now it is a big dive and pile up for the loose football that I think Montpelier got back. Averting further disaster, it was Cooley who got back on it at about the 27 or 8 yard line.
Hey, Joe.
So first down and 10 for Montpelier in this offense at their own 28. 5:16 to play here in this first quarter. It's a 14-0 Ottawa Hills lead on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. Sharps is in the shotgun. Friend is the running back to his right. 2 receivers here to the near side, the short side of the field. 1 receiver to the wide side to the left. Plenty of time on the play clock. As Sharps gets the high snap, gives inside to Friend. He'll bounce it to the left. Friend to the 30, 35. First down and out of bounds, just shy of the 40 or near the 40-yard line. Rumble of a dozen and a first down, and a good first down play for this Montpelier offense.
A couple things. A real good job by Montpelier left side of the offensive line of pinning the Ottawa Hills down and setting that edge. And then a nice job of Brennan Friend, who continuously gets better, with a great job of bouncing to the outside when nothing was in and kicking it out for a 12-yard gain.
Liberty Center early lead on Patrick Henry, 7-0. Liberty trying to run the table, not only win the league, but go 10-0. They've already clinched a playoff berth.
Book it. They're deep in the playoffs.
Here's Friend, who struggles to get back to the line of scrimmage, but does. And guess who? A.J. George busting through to hold him to a gain of about 1. Second down and 9. George, the team leader in tackles. Perozic not far behind. Best offensive lineman for Ottawa Hills is a junior, Jack Vicent. 6 foot 255, will play some D tackle as well. He's up there right now. 3 down lineman, almost a 3-5 look most of the time for Ottawa Hills, 3-5-3.
And you see a lot more. Montpelier does that too, and it's really when teams that run the football, it's easy to adjust and bring your defensive ends or outside linebackers up into a defensive end spot. And when you're playing against spread teams, it's easy to drop them off into coverage. So it's a really flexible type of offense that gives you the best of both worlds, from a 5-3 look all the way to a 3-5 look, without really changing your defense much.
Twins to the right, single receiver to the left, 1 running back. Sharp's going to throw for the first time tonight. Slings it over the middle, incomplete. May have been deflected. Cole Anderson was up front there along with Jack Perozic. By the way, a number to keep an eye on as well. He's a senior, number 40, A.J. Demore, 5'6", $135 is what he's listed at. But one of those kids that is like the epitome of what Ottawa Hills is this year, as Montpelier has a 3rd and 9. Not much size, but a lot of quickness and speed up front. He is back on the field now at that nose tackle spot or defensive tackle spot. 3rd and 9 for Montpelier at their own 41. Sharps in an obvious passing down. Sharps flushed out, and there's Demore right on cue. Sharps did a nice job. He switched hands to throw it left-handed to Nathan Rummel. Rummel made the catch, so it's going to be no gain. But Demore right on cue, using that exceptional foot speed, got there. Montpelier going to get right back on the ball and hope to catch Ottawa Hills in substituting and snap it real quick and go for it. Ottawa Hills in scramble mode right now, making sure they got 11. They haven't snapped it yet, Montpelier, but the offense is still out there. This potentially is a gamble if they elect to go for it. 4th and 9 at their own 41. 3.5 to go in the first quarter. 14-0. Now they'll flip a couple of receivers over, and it'll be a trips to the near side. 1 receiver left. Still 20 seconds on the play clock. And now a Montpelier timeout. 3:19 to go in the quarter. 14-zip Ottawa Hills. Time on the field, and we'll be right back.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? They Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
See Cannell Insurance Agency of downtown Montpelier, your auto owner's insurance agent. So 4th down and 9 here from their own 41-yard line. The offense had been out there. We'll see if Andy Robinson has changed his mind and will punt. 2 possessions for the Green Bears, 2 touchdowns. One of those coming after a Montpelier fumble, so a short field touchdown. Fairview on the board. They have tied Wayne Trace at 6 apiece. One thing we saw last week, Foz, in that Fairview-Edgerton game is that Fairview plays hard. Salina 7, Defiance nothing in the Battle of Bulldogs there. Offense comes back out onto the field, and they will go for it. 4th down and 9. Montpelier at their own 41. Sharps in the gun, gets the snap, pressure off the edge, look out, and the heat got to him. Cole Anderson, edge pressure. Not going to be a sack because Sharps delivered the football, but it is going to be a stop on downs, and Ottawa Hills will start another possession in plus territory.
Yeah, Anderson just came on the outside linebacker blitz around the corner. Sharps did feel him, and I think he changed hands just to get rid of it.
A second time.
And threw it with his left hand because he could not cock and throw his right hand. But
so from the 41 of Montpelier, here comes that red-hot Ottawa Hills offense again. George, the lone running back. 2 receivers left. 1 receiver, make that a wing to the right and a tight end to the right. There goes McCaffrey in motion. Anderson, the quarterback, gives to George. Sheds 1 man. Can't get away from the second wave, though. Contact from Grimm and Garrett Gurrell, and then cleaned up by Eli Fackler. And that'll be a loss on the play. So 2nd down and long. Good team defense that time from the Locos.
It really was. Gurrell, Grimm, Rummel was in there first and missed the tackle, but that's a great job of Montpelier of getting hats to the football.
Liberty Center 14, Patrick Henry nothing in the NWOAL. That's a loss of 2. So it'll be 2nd down and 12 Ottawa Hills back at the 43-yard line. Second straight possession they've started in Montpelier territory. Slot to the right, wing and tight end to the left. George the only running back. Anderson fakes to him off the play action. Anderson in the flat. Pass is going to be caught by Perozek. Perozek inside the 30. There is, I believe, a marker down. Yes. So is this all for naught? It would be a 1st down pickup, but I think it's coming back. It's a hold against the Green Bears.
Only 2nd time Ottawa Hills has tried to throw the ball, and incompletion the 1st time, and that time, of course, well executed, but all for naught. It's going to be a holding.
Norwalk, St. Paul, and Eden played a classic a year ago, 45-44. And St. Paul off to a fast start tonight. They lead 14-0 up the road in Eden. That penalty will take Ottawa Hills back into their territory at their own 48-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 20 from their own 48. McCaffrey and Jackson Snyder, receivers to the left. Wingman to the right. George in the backfield. Anderson, a high snap. Anderson, a little bubble to the near side, threw it wide of Jackson Snyder, and it's incomplete. And the first 3rd down coming up here, first 3rd and long situation anyways for Ottawa Hills.
Anderson's kind of got a little sidearm Bernie Kozer style release there. Kind of whips it out there because gunslinger style, but that time just off the mark a little bit. And Montpelier's got a good chance here to get their defense off the field, 3rd down and long.
Archibald 21, Swanton nothing, Antwerp 13, Ayersville nothing. Some scores to update you on here. We're in the late stages of quarter 1, 2:20 to go in it. 14-0 Ottawa Hills. They have a 3rd down and 20. Anderson gives to George. Here's a reverse coming back to McCaffrey. 45-50. McCaffrey 45-40. McCaffrey down to the 36-yard line. So he will get 16 of those yards before brought down by Cooley, and at least gives Chris Hardman a decision here.
Well, I think we're going to see Chris Hardman go for it here on 4th down and about, 3, Andy, it looks like from my angle, 2 maybe, 2 or 3.
Closer to 5 now.
Closer to 5, but it looks like they're not going to punt the ball. I think it's more like 4 there. But who's going to?
North Central 14 and Hilltop nothing. So a 4th down and call it 6 for the 1st down. Receiver to the left. Bunch set to the right. George in the backfield. McCaffrey in motion. Anderson rolling right. Anderson got a man open in the flat, has him. Perozic with the catch and a first down. Inside the 30 to about the 27, dragged down from behind. But gain of 13 and a first down on fourth down for the Green Bears.
Yeah, that's disappointing if you're Montpelier. You got them in a situation, fourth and 5, fourth and 4, and you just can't convert and get your defense off the ground.
So from the 26-yard line, Ottawa Hills a first down and 10. One receiver both ways. Tight end to the right, wing to the left. George in the backfield. Here comes McCaffrey in motion. They give it to George. George steps out of one tackle, trying to make something happen near side. 30-yard line, 25, 20, and steps out of bounds at the 20, gets 6. Great job by McCaffrey, who had a peel-back block opportunity and kind of just brushed him under the new rule.
Threw his hands up, just kind of brushed him, kind of an influence block, if you will, and I was glad to see the official not throw the flag on that because I don't believe it was. Great individual effort there by George, though, spinning out of the first tackle.
He got 6 when he should have lost 3 or 4. Under a minute to go in the quarter, 14-0 Ottawa Hills. Hash mark near side, Ottawa Hills right to left. George in the backfield. They'll flip a tight end over to the left and a receiver to the left. One receiver to the right side. George off the play action, and now it's Anderson for the end zone. Going up the ladder. Did he hang on? He did. Jackson Snyder, 20-yard TD reception. What a grab for a touchdown.
Wow, well-thrown ball, but Montpelier did a nice job of defending it, and Jackson Snyder just went up and made an athletic play there that a lot of high school kids can't make. Big-time play by Snyder.
So Anderson to Snyder covering 20 yards. And it's 20-0 here late in the first. Going for 2. If you're just joining us, no kicking equipment. Back in the Ottawa Hills district.
Well, they don't have a kicking block. I think they got a tee.
Inside run. George strolls in untouched for the 2-pointer. Late first, 22-0, our score. Ottawa Hills out in front. We're back in 30.
Hi, Dan Stuckey here, broker owner of Real Estate Advantage Team. Are you getting ready to buy or sell a home? I would love to be your realtor. With over 18 years of experience, I have the expertise to guide you through the home buying or selling process with dignity and care. I will work around your schedule and provide you with everything you need to get to the closing table. So let's get you moving. Call 419-636-5100.
50 seconds to go in the first quarter. 22-0 Ottawa Hills. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. The latest, 41 yards and 7 plays. And capped off by the Cole Anderson to Jackson Snyder TD pass.
Impressed with this offense, Andy?
I am.
I am too.
I like a lot of years. Okay, I'm going to go back to last year.
Yeah.
When we saw them against Eden, that window dressing was to be used because they had to shorten the game to beat Eden last year. This is a team that's capable of, they don't have to shorten games. They got athletes, and they've got athletes that make plays in space.
They do.
And I like what they do offensively.
I heard they were very good. This is our first time getting a chance to see them, and very impressed.
They are diverse. Good return here for Montpelier. There's a marker down on the far side of the field at the 40, away from the return. Anderson on the return, tackle made by Ben Burke. Let's check the marker at the 40. It's a hold against Montpelier. So that'll negate a good return. Couple of updates in 8-man football. 22-0 TC leading Holgate. Delta with an early field goal. 3-0 lead on Wauseon. You mentioned Ayersville as surprise team, and I'm not going to dispute that. But Delta at 5-2, Foz, is in that discussion.
And beat Ayersville in week 1, and Delta's in a situation now where they can make the playoffs.
This will be huge tonight if they can get this one. And
been a long
those
time.
Points.
Been a while since they've been playoff relevant.
Yeah, absolutely. Montpelier will get this after the penalty back inside the 30 at their own 28-yard line. First down and 10. Moving left to right for another 42 seconds. Sharps has Friend in the backfield. Trips to the near side to the right. One receiver wide to the left. Inside give to Friend. Nothing doing. 4 bodies for Ottawa Hills. Crumble him. Jack Vicent gets the credit for the first part of that tackle. Loss of 1. It'll be 2nd and 11. See if Montpelier elects to snap it one more time. They are getting to the line of scrimmage as we're inside of 20 seconds to play in the quarter. 22-0, Ottawa Hills. 3 receivers right again, 1 receiver to the left. Sharps on 2nd down and 11 gets the snap. Sharp stepping up, hit as he throws. It's up for grabs. It's almost intercepted. Almost picked by Luke Nepper. The 6'1", 215-pound junior had a shot at it, but could not haul it in. It'll be 3rd and long.
And Sharps took a shot right there at the end. Should have been picked off, though, and ball kind of sailed up there after the hit and just couldn't quite step into it.
Ayersville on the board. Antwerp 13 and Ayersville 7. An Antwerp win more than likely gives them the GMC tonight. They finish with Paulding and Wayne Trace, heavily favored in those games, although both rivalry games. Pressure off the edge. Good call on a screen to Friend. He's at the 30. He's at the 35, still moving that pile. He'll be about 3 yards shy of the first down. Got 7 on the screen pass, and that's how the quarter ends. All Ottawa Hills to the first 12 minutes of play. Your score from Montpelier on the Andres O'Neill and Low scoreboard. Ottawa Hills 22, Montpelier nothing. This is high school football on B-Rock Sports.
Be part of the Montpelier Athletic Boosters and help support all the athletes at the Montpelier schools by calling 419-485-6785. The Montpelier Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the Montpelier athletes good luck in today's game. Strive to be the best, and you will succeed at everything you do. The Montpelier Boosters are proud of all your achievements. Good luck and do your best. That's all anyone can ask. And go Locos!
When you're inside this winter, you want to not only be warm, but also have great indoor air quality. Well, Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services features it all with Lennox and iWave. iWave safely treats the air throughout your home, plus kills mold, bacteria, and viruses. It also reduces odors from pets and cooking, reduces allergens, smoke, static electricity, and dust in the air. And best of all, no maintenance, no bulb, no other parts to replace. Check out Stark's at starksphs.com or phone toll-free 1-800-329-4040.
75718.
Quick score correction. Ayersville is on the board, but it is 13-8. 13-8 Antwerp with the lead. Here, a 4th down and long 2, and Montpelier foregoing the punt again from their own territory. Why not, I guess? Down 22-0. Going to try to go for it here from their own 36.
What do you got to lose, right?
So they'll call it 4th and 3. The line to gain the 39. Sharps with the snap. Sharp steps up, fires high on the far side. Incomplete. Wanted Braden Brink. Incomplete pass. And Montpelier will give it up on downs. Ottawa Hills will take over at the Montpelier 36. If he's a little bit lower on that throw, that's a first down.
Yeah, you got to get your weight distribution going forward. And that's pretty common with a young player, that you kind of get your weight back, especially when you're getting some pressure. And what happens then is the ball will sail a little bit high. So it's important to kind of crow hop, if you will, get tall, and then go forward. In that respect, kind of like a baseball pitcher. It's a different release, but you do want to get your weight going forward.
So from the Montpelier 36, Ottawa Hills a first down and 10. Man comes in motion. Give on the inside. There's the burner. Look out. Pillarelli to the 20. Downhill to the 15. Slammed down by Von Kamm. But he is going to get 20 on the run. Make it 19 on the run to the 17-yard line. 1st and 10. Ottawa Hills at the 17 of Montpelier after that 19-yard pickup for Pillarelli.
Yeah, Pillarelli's impressive looking back, too. McCaffrey, George, and
Wayne Trace 14-6 over Fairview. Excuse me.
A lot of skilled players on this Ottawa Hills roster.
1st and 10. Green Bears at the 17. Pillarelli remains in the backfield. The freshman running back. Receiver to the right goes in motion. That's McCaffrey to the far side. Pillarelli on the give to the left. 15. Bounces outside. Can't get away, but he's still keeping his feet, and he's down at the 12. Pillarelli picking up 5. 2nd down and 5. Von Kamm the stop, it looks like again. So 2nd down and 5 for Ottawa Hills. Early in the second, 22-0 Ottawa Hills, a minute gone by. Eden has answered back. and they have tied Norwalk St. Paul. End of the first quarter at 14. Pillarelli joining Anderson, who's the backup quarterback. Chase Miller should be back in the lineup as early as next week. If not, then in week 10 for Ottawa Hills. Quick pop on the slant pattern. It's caught by Snyder, and Snyder is in for the touchdown.
Second touchdown catch of the night for Snyder.
That's 12 yards out.
Snyder with 2 catches and 2 touchdown passes here for the Green Bears.
And another fast drive, 4 plays, 36 yards. 28-0. They'll go for 2. Pillarelli in the backfield. 3 receivers, make it 2 receivers bunched to the right. Man goes in motion. It's McCaffrey. They give to Pillarelli, the second back through. Pillarelli crosses and is in for the 2-point conversion. New score at the 10:40 mark on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. Ottawa Hills 30, Montpelier nothing. This is Friday Night Football on B-Rock Sports.
Have you always dreamed of starting your own business? Are you looking for ways to fund your child's education or save for retirement? Maybe you'd like to buy that dream home. Well, the State Bank can help you meet your financial goals, whatever they may be. With State Bank, you'll get all the products and services you expect from your bank with the personal attention of a locally operated community bank. Find a location near you today. State Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Yes, I am getting those from Ed Kiston.
Vladimir. 30-0 our score here. Ottawa Hills with the lead. Every time they've had possession, they have scored touchdowns. George, a 15-yard run. Pillarelli, a 21-yard run. Anderson to Snyder twice, 20 yards and 12 yards. A couple of 2-point conversions, of course, in there. All of that getting us to, actually 3 2-point tries in there, and all of that getting us to 30-0 right now, Ottawa Hills. Here is the kickoff from Harley Talbot. Cooley, the return to the 30. Still on his feet, 35. Going to be brought down by Nick Anderson, who is Cole Anderson's younger brother. So Nick and Cole Anderson are brothers. Reddick and Rocco Pillarelli. And then there are 3 Eidenauers on this roster of Mitch, Jack, and Cooper. So you get 3 families, Foz, and that's a third of the team.
Hey, why not? Why not? That makes it easy on Friday nights to know where you're going, right?
First down and 10, Montpelier at their own 36. Throw to the far side. It's intercepted, and it could be a pick 6. Perozic up that far sideline. This is going to go for a touchdown. 40 yards on the INT return for Jack Perozic. So add a defensive touchdown into the night.
Yeah, really, Ottawa Hills, everything that could go right for them is going right, and just the contrary for the Locomotives. And, it's a tough start for a freshman to come in against. I think this, after watching them, I know it's only a quarter and a half into the game, but I think this is the best team in the TAC. And we've seen Northwood, and we've seen Eden, of course, and I like Ottawa Hills. I think they're the best team, so it's a tough assignment for the young freshman quarterback going in there, and Ottawa Hills putting some pressure on him and forcing some tough throws.
Going to go for 2. Anderson to get the snap. Going to go zone read, gives to George. George tries to bounce it to the outside. Not going to get there, not going to get in. So it remains 36-0. We got scores to tell you about on the other side of this commercial timeout. It is 36-0 Ottawa Hills.
If you've been thinking about a remodeling project for your home or business, Thiel Supply Center in Blakesley should be your first choice. Thiel Supply Center in Blakesley not only has all the lumber for that project, they also have all the building supplies you'll need, along with everything you need for the project, including the cabinetry, plus the expertise to help make your home even more beautiful. It's all at Thiel Supply Center, located in Blakesley. Thiel Supply Center, wishing good luck to all the players in tonight's game.
All right, just to update you on some scores here. Antwerp 13-8 lead over Ayersville in the GMC. NWOAL, Bryan 13, Evergreen nothing. Liberty Center 21-0 over Patrick Henry. Archbold is muscling Swanton 28-0. And North Central leads Hilltop 22-0, the score there. Here it is 36-0 Ottawa Hills, and we are early in the second quarter. That last touchdown, a Jack Perozic INT return of 40.
Yeah, I think Montpelier's just going to have to relax here a little bit and try to run the football and take some time off the clock. And if you do throw the football, very, very high percentage throws, little flat patterns, or streaks down the field, a one-on-one where it's just kind of a 50-50 ball. But I don't think throwing the ball across the middle or in any kind of patterns with any kind of complexity to it would be a good thing right now. And I'm sure Coach Robinson knows that, and he's talking about that with his staff. But the last thing you want to do is bring the freshman quarterback out there again and put him in a situation that is not going to be advantageous to his growth.
This will be a drive for Montpelier that begins at their own 31-yard line. Twins to the right, Twins to the left. Smith goes in motion to the far side. Quick screen to the far side. Pass is going to be caught over there. And that reception made. And that rally to the football defense of Ottawa Hills. It will be a loss on the play. In fact, a big-time loss all the way back to the 26-yard line. Fast team defensively. That's a loss of 5, so it'll be second down and 15. Ottawa Hills, a bye week last week, never replaced Stritch on the schedule. So they are 5-1 coming into tonight, and they finish Northwood and Eden in weeks 9 and 10. 2 receivers both ways for Montpelier on a second down and 15. Inside give to Friend, ran into the waiting arms of Jack Vicent, the big D tackle for Ottawa Hills. Vicent, 6'2", 255. There's a penalty flag down back at the 30-yard line.
That's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct. When the official throws the flag so high that it can hit a cloud, that's usually he's frustrated. You know it's going to be a personal foul on somebody.
I believe they call that an emphatic calling.
That's when I'm mad. Boom, throw that baby up there. I really didn't see it. I was looking down with my stats here, and I missed it momentarily. But
officials conferring right now. Ottawa Hills scores on all of their possessions tonight. And here comes your dead ball personal foul against Ottawa Hills and against Montpelier. So they're offsetting.
Andy, look at that picture we're looking at right there, huh? Who's got it better than us? Game's not very good right now. We got a pink sky. Doug Wolf and Jason Brandt and Don Slosher and all those guys. This field looks immaculate tonight. What a great setting. Wish the score was maybe a little bit closer for us, but not a bad place to be on a Friday night.
I would agree with you, my friend. Mid-second quarter, Edgerton pounding Hicksville 28-0. Edgerton closing with 2 big points type games and still very much alive in control of their destiny because one of those teams is Antwerp in week number 10. They go to Nora next week on the road. Sharps down the seam, got a man open, it's caught, and it's Chavez Martin, and Chavez Martin on 3rd and long is in the end zone. 68 yards on the touchdown pass, and that is what a Sharps can bring to you. Stood in the pocket nicely when given time that time and delivers to a wide open Martin.
It was good pass protection. It takes 11 guys, and you saw the arm strength of the freshman that time. Chavez Martin, a kid that they knew had great speed. Hands have been a little bit suspect over the course of the season, but he is a burner, and that time Sharps just let it rip about 40 yards in the air and hit Chavez Martin right in stride for a Montpelier touchdown.
Extra point attempt coming at the 9.5-minute mark. It's 36-6, so some signs of life here for Montpelier on the offensive side, hitting the big play. Grimm for the PAT. It is on the way, and the extra point splits the sticks. 36-7, our new score on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. Still 9.5 to play here in this first half. We'll be right back.
John Dye and everyone at Strong Real Estate in Montpelier would like to wish all the athletes in tonight's game good luck. Located right in the heart of Montpelier, Ohio, Strong Real Estate Solutions is successfully helping people find that perfect home, building lot, or commercial property. Strong Real Estate Associates are available to provide you with full service in all your real estate needs. Contact John Dye today at Strong Real Estate Solutions in Montpelier, Ohio.
NLL update, Anthony Wayne 14 and Napoleon nothing. Napoleon was still in the top 15 this week in Division 4, Region 14. A lot of teams still either in or in play here from our immediate Northwest Ohio area. 5-1 Ottawa Hills. They lead 2-5 Montpelier here. Still very early in the second quarter now, 36-7. As Montpelier, quick three-play drive there. And Sharps to Martin on the big play for the touchdown. Grim about ready to kick it off. Final home game of the year tonight for Montpelier. They'll finish with Margaretta and Hilltop on the road.
Mm-hmm. Margaretta, obviously a
6-1 coming in.
Real good for beat Ottawa Hills, so it's gonna be a tough one.
No, that's Ottawa Hills, or that's Margaretta's only loss is Ottawa Hills.
No, other way around. Margaretta beat Ottawa Hills.
Is that right? Okay, yep.
So tough sled for the Locomotives next week, but then they
Gibsonburg's the 6-1. That's their only loss.
Finish up with Hilltop, so Montpelier. Oh,
onside kick, scramble for the football. And in the pile, who has it?
Boy, that was a really well-executed onside kick by the Locomotives.
It is Montpelier football at the 47-yard line. Getting on that onside kick was Ash Walls. You execute one of those, you end up with a pile of humanity. It's just who wins the wrestling match
it's
underneath.
So tough to do because you're not allowed anymore to hit the ball into the turf and pop it straight up. That's illegal for a safety reason. So you've got to just kind of line drive it and hope it takes a kick right there at the end.
So from the 47 of Ottawa Hills, Montpelier football. After the the successful onside kick. Two receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. The wing in the left goes in motion to the right side now. Here is Friend. Friend hits the hole, and it is filled by A.J. George.
Yeah, A.J. George, and again, a name we've been calling all night, Jack Vincent, is just outstanding there in the middle of that defense for the Green Bears.
AJ's dad is part of the defensive staff, Brian George. He was a former defensive coordinator under Tom Amstutz at Toledo.
Touchdown, Tommy.
Yep. See you at the game.
Whitmer.
He wore the
whistle.
Yeah, always wore the whistle. Yep, absolutely. So, good defensive prowess. Second down, and let's call it a long 8 from the 45-yard line. Slot right, split left, inside handoff, and Cooley has it knocked loose. Ball is loose, and Ottawa Hills has it. Recovered by Sterling Caracas, and Vicent is the one that popped it free. Yeah. And he's continuing to be active, and it's another turnover.
He sure is. Vicent is just everywhere, all over the place.
This Ottawa Hills team has a little bit of a Williams County flavor to it. There's 3 Eidenauer kids who are North Central grads. Vicent's dad or mom is also a North Central grad. She was the former Jenny Schmucker up at North Central. So high snap, but handled pretty easily. Here is Pillarelli trying to get the edge. Good job defensively. We got a penalty marker back. Probably going to be a hold on Ottawa Hills. Although Ottawa Hills is, nope, it is on Ottawa Hills. Zapersky was, I think, going to be guilty of the hold here on the edge.
Andy, if you like offensive line, I know we've called his name. I'm going to quit calling it so much. But, boy, he's good. If you like offensive line play, watch the right guard. Again, Vicent, we're going to talk about him again. He absolutely pile drives people. Just take a look at it sometime. He owns people up front. It's really fun to watch him.
Timeout, Green Bears, and the clock stops at the 8:41 mark left in the first half. 36-7 our score, and we'll be right back.
When it comes to choosing a memorial that represents the lasting memories of a person's life, the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio can create exactly what you are looking for, like an eagle soaring through the woods etched on a memorial, a bench that has mom and dad's names engraved into the granite to sit and reflect, a picture of the family farm etched on the stone, or maybe your style is a memorial that has a split headstone with a vase in between for flowers. The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families in the tri-state area since 1924.
I was watching the offensive line play, and I didn't watch.
You were watching the pile drive.
Andy Brigle, Mike Bumb, back out here in Montpelier. Week 8 of the high school football season. It is 36-7. Foz, I'll watch the ball, all right? You can watch any and all line play. That's all yours, and I know you're enjoying it right now.
Well, you got to widen your understanding of the game there, Ange. It's not just about who has the carrot.
1st and 20. Here's Pillarelli looking for a crease, and he has a slight one. He got almost that yardage back. 9 of the 10 running back up the middle. Eli Fackler drags him down from behind.
I'm surprised we're not seeing more of Sam McCaffrey. Everything Ottawa Hills is doing they're doing a good job of it. But Sam McCaffrey's only touched the ball twice offensively, and he's been their leading rusher coming into this game. So Ottawa Hills spreading the wealth a little bit. And, of course, A.J. George is carrying the ball more than what he has the last couple weeks because of the injury, which I'm sure has something to do with it as well.
Broken tibia was what George had and is just now coming back in the last week or two. There goes McCaffrey in motion, jet sweep, and there's your guy. Number 1 looking to get to the edge. Has it. 45-50. See you later. 30, 20, 10. Found that extra gear, and he's gone 53 yards, beg your pardon, for the touchdown. Sam McCaffrey. I mean, Foz, as soon as he got the edge.
He got some speed, Angie.
He found that next gear.
Speed. That was impressive. He was just maybe a little faster than even you, Angie.
My first adjective was that was bum-like down the far sideline. So now a 42-7 lead here late in this.
194 yards rushing total for the Green Bears in the first half here so far. So
cool. Yeah, quarter and a half. I said late, but it's actually about midway through. Here is Anderson on that read, finds the back of the end zone, and has Sam McCaffrey for the 2-point conversion. New score on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard is Ottawa Hills 44, Montpelier 7. This is week 8 of high school football. More to come next on V-Rock Sports. The Thompson and Giese Funeral Homes of Montpelier and Pioneer take great pride in caring for families, and they'll work tirelessly to provide you with a beautiful, lasting tribute to your loved one. In addition to the services that are offered, you'll receive an online memorial that you can share with family and friends. They have a wide range of resources to support you, not only today, but in the weeks and months to come. The Thompson and Giese Funeral Homes of Montpelier and Pioneer saying good luck to the athletes in tonight's game. Antwerp 21, Ayersville 8 late in the second, and Edgerton continuing to have their way with Hicksville 35-0, also approaching halftime. Here it's 44-7. Green Bears with the lead here in this one. Happy to have you with us here tonight. Ottawa Hills leading the series all time at 4-2 in these matchups through the years. Harley Talbot ready to kick it away here. And it's kind of just dribbling on the ground inside the 40, and a return back to the 40, and still moving that pile out to the 42 or 3 yard line. One of the up men doing a good job there. And on that return was Ash Walls, who has spent some time at running back, but they've shifted him to the line now.
Yeah, needed another athlete up front, and Montpelier going to more of a one-back set there with Friend, and the idea is to get your best 11 players on the field. So Ash Walls, being one of those selfless players, was happy to make the transition.
First and 10, Montpelier at their own 43. 7:43 still to play here in the first half. 44-7 Green Bears. 3 receivers left. 1 receiver to the right. Single setback is Friend. Still 10 on the play clock. Snap comes. Sharps to throw, far side, and up and making the grab is Brink, and then it was about a 7-yard catch, and then got the extra 3 yards, it appears, for the first down. Jackson Snyder, who has a couple of TD receptions tonight, pushed him out of bounds and right near the sticks.
Good strong throw there by Sharps, and
short. Second and 1.
2 completions in a row there for the freshman.
So he is short of the first down, gain of 9. Second down and 1. Here is Friend. Stutter step away into the second level. McCaffrey brings him down. Perozic brings him down. Penalty markers are also down. And this is going to go on Montpelier. So from second and 1, it'll become second and 11.
Andy, you know, my good friends here will say if it's a penalty, it's a penalty, but it better be an absolute takedown when you're down 44-7. You don't go any of those marginal holes when you're down that much, right?
Yeah, I agree with you. So the penalty takes Montpelier back to the 45-yard line. It'll be second down and 8 for the first down now. Halftime, Wayne Trace 22, Fairview 6. That in the GMC, of course. Second and 8, Montpelier from their own 45, trailing 44-7, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Sharps gets the snap. Sharps over the middle, hit as he delivers, and it falls to the turf, incomplete. Pressure has been great all night long from Ottawa Hills. That last time there, Vicent and Gabe Allos, who is a 5'10", 265-pound junior, also coming through and caving in.
5'4", Sharps has been for 81 yards.
North Central 38, Hilltop nothing. Still 5 minutes before halftime there. Third and 8, Montpelier from their own 45. 7:09 left in the in this first half. Sharps wants the screen and threw it too high for Martin. Pressure again coming. Cole Anderson off the edge. And Nick Anderson, his younger brother, had the coverage here on the near side, so it'll be 4th and 8.
Yeah, those outside linebackers for Ottawa Hills are very athletic, and they drop them off from that defensive end position, but like to send them on a blitz, and Montpelier hasn't had an answer for them, blocking them on the perimeter.
And now, our first punt of the night. Cam Smith on.
Yeah.
So Smith ready to boot it away. Return is on. McCaffrey, the deep man. That's a good punt. McCaffrey has to go back and watch it die at about the 15-yard line.
Hey, Andy, I want to give a shout-out real quick.
On the punt, by the way.
That's a very good punt. I want to give a shout-out real quick to the people working the concession stands here at Montpelier. They are the Montpelier girls basketball parents, and they are in there working their tails off. We didn't want to have the kids help them out, so we needed more parents because there's only 3 games, home games here in Montpelier this year, and we did not want to take away that experience for those kids. So we asked the parents if they could come in and fill in, and they're in there working their tails off, and I just wanted to give them all a shout out and tell them we love them.
It's a open up that mic, and the Foz can just thank the world. That's what this high radio salary allows you to do, Bummer. You've got carte blanche.
$30 a game, man. That's what I'm getting.
First down and 10. Inside handoff and a run of about 7 for. That's a new ball carrier. That's Mitch Eidenauer, 5'7" sophomore, who gets 7 on the run.
First time Eidenauer's carried the ball tonight for the Green Bears.
His dad was a good hooper and baseball player, but no football over there.
Good guy, too.
But if you'd ask him, he probably would tell you he had the ability to be all-state as a wide receiver or quarterback.
Big Notre Dame fan, too, isn't he, Angie?
Yeah, we had a nice visit before the game. Good friend of mine from a long time. Pass to the near side, reception made by Jackson Snyder. That's going to hurt Jackson's average. Plus, he didn't score a touchdown on that catch. He will get a yard or 2 yards on that reception. It'll leave Ottawa Hills with a 3rd down and 1.
Ottawa Hills has only thrown the ball 5 times. Cole Anderson right now is 3 for 5. Of course, been very effective when they have for 36 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Aldemus to Brewer, by the way, was that last TD connection for Antwerp. That's been a hookup a time or two this unbeaten season for the state-ranked Archers. And most of that group back juniors or younger. And Eidenauer is going to be slammed down to the turf by Logan Pontius.
Yeah.
But he's going to be short of the 1st down. So
Logan Pontius, good young athlete there for Montpelier. Only a freshman, big physical kid who's really got all the tools to be a great one here at Montpelier in the future.
So 4th and 1, and Cole Anderson and the offense is going to stay out there. At the 5-minute mark left in this first half.
I think Ottawa Hills is probably thinking we're going to get as many reps in for our ones the first half and then bring in the backups in the second half.
Anderson, maybe it's just a hard snap count to see if they can steal 5, or will they snap it? Nope, they're going to take the timeout, and Montpelier wouldn't jump. It was a false start before the timeout was even granted, so it's a 5-yard penalty against Ottawa Hills. Nope, they did pick the flag up. Timeout first. Okay. 44-7, timeout on the field. Ottawa Hills to punt, and we come back. For all of your insurance needs, see Denny Gehrig or Elaine Hake at Gehrig's All-Star Insurance Agency, East Main Street in Montpelier. Gehrig's All-Star Insurance Agency offers home, auto, business, and farm insurance, plus financial responsibility bonds are available. Gehrig's All-Star Insurance Agency wants to salute and congratulate all of the area athletes for their time and commitment. Good luck to all the athletes. From Gehrig's All-Star Insurance Agency, East Main Street, Montpelier. 4:42 left in the first half, 44-7 our score. Ottawa Hills into a punting situation, we believe now, after they tried to grab 5 yards.
Good stop for Montpelier. Get something positive maybe here. There's plenty of time to get down there and hopefully get a score.
It's officially not a stop yet because they are still going to keep the offense out there.
Watch for the quick kick here.
Anderson is the quarterback, and it's a snap to one of the up men, and he's going to have the 1st down.
Yeah, again, I'll go back to a little surprise there because they look like they're going to fake, then punt, and then Perozic comes out. But I think probably the mindset of Coach Hardman is we're going to play our ones this whole half. We're going to try to score, lock the game up, and then put our 2s in the second half. So,
and I'm going to just interject something here, Foz. We see Mitch Eidenauer is out there. There are some 2s that are already out there that are playing. Anderson's still in at quarterback. I mean, I'm not saying it's a wholesale change yet, and you're right. Or I believe you're right, as Eidenauer is going to get the carry. Eidenauer, a little scat back, has a hole out near the 40-yard line. He's going to have 10. Mitch Eidenauer on the run.
Mitch Eidenauer now 14 yards on 3 carries.
There's a 1st down just shy of the 40-yard line. Green Bears have not punted tonight. Talked in the pregame, went 6-5 last year. Chris Hardman in his 21st season, that's over 2 stints. Remember, he gave up the job for a little while, and then the good soldier, they needed a coach, asked him to come back. He stepped up and has not relinquished it, has stayed on. Little spin here on a rollout to the near side. Anderson with late heat coming, throws, pass caught at midfield, and stepping out of bounds is Ben Burke. And a flag from behind, and I think they're going to get this on Ottawa Hills in a dead ball situation. That would be a gain of 11 if the play stands. My guess is, is it continuing action or is it dead ball? I said dead ball. It may not have been. Oh, disregard the flag now. So it is a pitch and catch and gain of 11, 1st down. Anderson to Ben Burke on that last pass play. Counted off at 12 as they spotted at the 49 of Montpelier. 35-7 now, Edgerton leading. Ayersville has answered 21-16 Antwerp late in the second quarter there. About 3:40 to go until halftime of that one. Antwerp undefeated, Ayersville with one loss, both undefeated in the GMC. 1st and 10, Green Bears at the Montpelier 49. 3:40 to go in the half. Here's Eidenauer again to the 30 or 45 of Montpelier, down to the 43. Got 6 on that run, did Mitch Eidenauer. Second down and 4 coming up for the Green Bears. From the 43. 2 receivers left. A couple of receivers stacked to the right. Eidenauer, the one running back. 2nd and 4. Anderson to throw a quick out far side. Pass is caught. Snyder 40. Has the first down at the 36. Penalty marker is down on the far side. Nathan Rummel the tackle. Let's wait and check that flag. It would be a gain of 5 and a first down if it stands, but I believe we're going to get a hold on Ottawa Hills on that far side, and we are.
A lot of penalties by Ottawa Hills. That'd be the one thing I would
agree.
Say that they have struggled with tonight. Offense looks good, defense looks good, efficient running the ball, efficient passing the ball, but had a lot of yards been called back tonight, primarily on holdings too. So
yeah. I'm with you. If it's anything close and it's marginal and it's 44-7,
yeah,
swallow the whistle or swallow the flag. I don't buy if it's a penalty in the first minute, it's a penalty in the last minute. There are situations that you can tweak that.
I'm with you. And there's varying rules of thought on that, but I'm with you.
2nd down and 10. Jet sweep give to the near side. Nice stutter step move by Eidenauer, who got that yardage back. Picked up 8 for sure on the run.
Eidenauer's now been the workhorse this second half. He's carried the ball now 5 times for 28 yards in the second quarter, excuse me.
3rd and 1. Just outside the Montpelier 40. 2.5 and counting to play first half. 44-7 Ottawa Hills on our Andres O'Neill and Low scoreboard. 2 receivers go left. There's a wing to the right. Anderson, of course, in the gun. Eidenauer, the running back. And now the snap getting behind center. Taking the snap. Powering for the first down is Perozic. Perozic is still... They never actually brought him down. They just say forward progress was stopped at the 33, so Perozic gets 7. Scott Pillarelli does a nice job calling a game here, for at least has tonight for Ottawa Hills. You get different looks and formations and jet sweep action, zone read, and doing this with your backup quarterback as well in Anderson. 2 receivers left, wing to the right. 1st and 10, Ottawa Hills at the 33-yard line of Montpelier. Anderson coming to the near side on a roll. Anderson surveys the field. Anderson going to be hit and sacked. And that's where the inexperience, I think, of the backup quarterback comes into play there. Eli Fackler with the heat.
Yeah, Eli Fackler. I think that was really more of a coverage sack there because Anderson had plenty of time to throw the football, and credit Eli Fackler, just kept his motor running and didn't give up on the play, and finally the protection broke down and the sack for Eli Fackler.
Loss of 6 to the 39. 2nd and 16 for Ottawa Hills at the Montpelier 39-yard line as we tick down to 1 minute remaining in this first half of football. Twins to the right. 2 receivers, a little bunch to the left. Anderson wants to throw. Down to the sideline right side for McCaffrey. Did he toe tap? Nope, he's out of bounds. Coverage on the near side, Grant Gurrell. And it'll be 3rd and long with 54 seconds remaining in the half.
Gurrell did a nice job there of using the sideline as another defender and kind of squeeze out Sam McCaffrey. Sam McCaffrey almost brought that in there. He was dragging that back foot, but official right on it and said it was incomplete.
Your guy at Antwerp, you're a big Reed Leasty fan.
I am.
9-yard TD run, less than a minute till halftime. Antwerp back to a double-digit lead, 27-16 over Ayersville. 3rd and 16 here for Ottawa Hills from the Montpelier 39. 54 seconds left in the half, 44-7. Here is that zone read. Hit as he throws, and it's still almost caught. Good pressure from Montpelier, and it's a late flag. They're going to get a roughing the passer penalty on Montpelier.
Yeah, I've questioned that one a little bit, Andy. I thought that Jamison Grimm there providing the pressure, and I thought that was clean. It was right there, bang, bang, and the official nonetheless saying that's going to be a roughing the passer. But I think that's one of those, you keep the flag in your pocket on that one.
First down now after the penalty.
The coach
takes them to the 24.
Coach Robinson down there is as animated as I think I've seen him all year, really arguing that call. And I agree with Coach Robinson. I think that was a poor call.
First down at the 24-yard line of Ottawa Hills. 49 seconds remaining. Green Bears up 54-7. Looking to punch another one in before halftime. Pillarelli in the backfield. One receiver right. Three receivers in a tight formation to the left. Little reverse spin rollout. Screen on the backside, and it's incomplete. Wanted Pillarelli, but Montpelier sniffed that one out. Good job defensively, and Garrett Gurrell was there to cover up that screen pass.
Yeah, he sure was. Ball was thrown a little bit high, and Garrett Gurrell just popped the Pillarelli there. He had no chance to catch that. Well conceived play there by Ottawa Hills, but Montpelier snuffed it out right from the beginning.
Second down and 10.
This is Jim Rosenhaus, and your home for Guardians baseball in Northwest Ohio is B-Rock 100.9.
So after the incomplete pass, fourth down and 10 for Ottawa Hills from the 24-yard line. If they have Emilio Duran available, he's trotting out there now for a 42-yard field goal.
Yeah.
But not available tonight. Fourth down and 10. Ottawa Hills goes for it from the 24 of Montpelier. Anderson to throw. Got a one-on-one and threw it too tall for McCaffrey. And Carmelo Jones had coverage. It falls incomplete. And Ottawa Hills will give it up on downs with 15 seconds remaining here in this first half.
Nice defensive stand by Montpelier there. Again, the penalty kept the series, but I thought that was two back-to-back series where Montpelier defensively was the aggressor in much better job those last two possessions there defensively by the Locomotives.
So a first down and 10 for Montpelier. Play it safe here, you would assume?
Yeah, just taking I don't think there's anything good that can come out of this. Maybe, I guess I could see a scenario throwing it deep, 50-50 ball to Carmelo Jones, but
and that's it.
Yeah.
Sharps for Jones, near side. It's intercepted by McCaffrey. He's at the 45. He's at the 50. Return to the 40, 35, 30, and out of bounds, and there's still time.
Yeah, well, that's the problem there. You're going to give Ottawa Hills one more shot at the end zone here. Ideally, you wanted that 50-50 ball to be either caught or knocked away, or if it was intercepted, time ran out. But just a few too many ticks on the clock there for Montpelier to end the first half.
Fourth turnover of the night.
Yeah.
Remember, there's a pick six that's gone for a touchdown.
Tough to win any game when you have four turnovers, especially when you're playing a quality opponent like Ottawa Hills.
It leaves 2 seconds for this Ottawa Hills offense. So barring a defensive penalty, a snap to try to score from the 26-yard line.
We got McCaffrey out here by himself. Look to see if Ottawa Hills tries to.
Boy, look, I think Gurrell's going to help over the top here. I think cover two look here over the top. Yep. So it wasn't going to be one-on-one. Here's Anderson looking one-on-one to the far side. Late safety help looking for Snyder, and it's incomplete. broken up on the far side by Montpelier, and it was Nathan Rummel who did just that. Halftime now here in Montpelier. Our score, all Green Bears in the first half. They lead the Locos 44-7. Your main stops halftime report coming up when we come back.
Your friends at your neighborhood Eden Farmers Co-op Country Store would like to invite you to stop in at the Eden, Montpelier, and Edgerton stores to check out their complete line of pet supplies, animal feed, and outdoor products. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff is ready to answer all of your questions concerning their complete line of Kalmbach, Land O'Lakes, and much, much more. For your convenience, your purchase can be carried to your vehicle by one of their employees. Be sure to stop by soon and see them at your hometown country store, the Eden Farmers Co-op.
Are you looking for a mechanic that really knows how to repair both foreign and domestic vehicles? Let me recommend Dave Brown at Jason Dietz Customs and Collisions. Dave has spent the last 25 years diagnosing and repairing all makes and models of vehicles in Northwest Ohio. And he's now teamed up with Jason Dietz on State Route 6 just east of Edgerton. So if you're looking for a mechanic that can fix the problem that your last mechanic couldn't, think of Dave Brown at Jason Dietz Customs and Collisions.
Looking to earn good money in a great work atmosphere? Come join the team at 2020 Custom Molded Plastics in Holiday City. They're now looking for full-time and part-time production operators, and they have schedules that fit everyone. Earn $500 monthly for perfect attendance, refer a friend, and get a $500 referral bonus. No mandated overtime, clean environment, and full benefits at 30 days. Apply online today at 2020cmp.com, then stop in Monday through Friday from 9 to 4 for open interviews on Selwyn Drive in Holiday City.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
See Cannell Insurance Agency of downtown Montpelier, your auto owner's insurance agent. Welcome back out here to Montpelier. Our halftime score, and by the way, they've gone to the half. North Central leads Hilltop 44-0. They've gone to the half in that Edgerton matchup with Hicksville 35-7, and Antwerp leads Ayersville 27-16. All of those are halftime scores here tonight. Here are halftime score, and we will begin the second half in a running clock scenario. It's 44-7. Ottawa Hills got on the board on an A.J. George 15-yard TD run to make it 6-0 following a Montpelier fumble. Rocco Pillarelli, a 21-yard TD run. Two-point try was good. It was 14-0. Cole Anderson hit Jackson Snyder back-to-back possessions for touchdowns, 20 yards and 12 yards. Both two-point attempts were good, and it was 30-0. Jack Perozic then an INT return from 40 yards out to make it 36-0. Montpelier would get their only touchdown of the night on Hayden Sharp's TD pass to Chavez Martin, covering 68 yards, and that made it 36-7. And then after a fumble, Ottawa Hills would start on their own 48, and McCaffrey on a jet sweep give would go 53 yards for the final points of that first half, and all of that adding up to a 44-7 Ottawa Hills lead here at the intermission. We'll dive into some of those first half numbers when we come back. More on the Main Stops halftime show in just a moment.
The Eager Beaver Axle is wide open and ready for you. Come in and take your shot at throwing axes or share some drinks and food with friends. Rack up the pool balls or take your chance with Keno. It's all inside the Eager Beaver Axle. Must be 18 or older to enter. Find them online or call 419-980-7121. The Eager Beaver Axle, Defiance's first axe-throwing venue.
When you're paying the right price for protection, you just know it. It's that warm, fuzzy, totally secure feeling, knowing that you're not only getting great coverage, but you're also not paying too much for it. And there's no one that knows that feeling like me, Molly Culler, your local Allstate agent, because I work every day to get people like you the coverage they need with the savings they deserve. Give me a call for your quote today. Allstate, you're in good hands.
Savings vary based on the average annual savings reported by new auto customers surveyed in 2019 who switched to Allstate.
When you're in need of a new appliance, go to your local appliance dealer, Direct Link Appliance and Hardware in Bryan. They carry new, used, and scratch and dent appliances. They carry the brands you need: Speed Queen, Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Amana, and GE. Many in stock for you to take home today. Then, when you have something wrong in the years to come, Direct Link will also service everything. No need to call that 800 number and talk with someone you don't know. Just call Direct Link at 636-4541 and they'll be out to fix it for you, whether it's under warranty or not. Direct Link Appliance and Hardware in Bryan, your local appliance dealer.
All right, back out here in Montpelier. Quick baseball update. Josh Bell, a 2-run homer in the first, and San Diego on the board first, leading New York 2-0. Seattle, Cleveland, and Philadelphia, your earlier wild card round winners in game ones. Tomorrow afternoon, game 2, Cleveland and Tampa Bay, another 12:07 first pitch. Guardians warm up tomorrow morning at 11:35. Mike Bumb, first half statistics.
Well, let's
Are you
first
ready?
start. Yeah, I am ready.
All right, let her roll.
Start for the Montpelier Locomotives. Hayden Sharps, the freshman coming out, has thrown the ball tonight 10 times, has completed 4 of those for 80 yards. Of course, the big one, 8-yard, TD pass to Chavez Martin. Montpelier did turn the ball over 4 different times, 1 fumble and then 3 INTs for the Locomotives in the first half. Running the football for the Montpelier Locomotives, Brennan Friend has carried the ball 6 times for 18 yards. Montpelier has 18 yards of rushing offense for a total of 98 yards of total offense in the first half. A little bit different story from the Ottawa Hills Green Bears. Cole Anderson has came in as the backup quarterback tonight. Has been very effective, completing 5 times. He's 6 for 12 for 57 yards passing. Receiving the ball, Jack Perozic, 1 catch for 14 yards, and Jackson Snyder has 2 touchdown catches, 3 catches total, and he has a total of 38 yards receiving. Rushing the football, again, for the Green Bears, have been very effective. They spread the ball around to a lot of different players. Sam McCaffrey's carried the ball 3 times for 82 yards. A.J. George, the quarterback, has carried the ball 8 times for 27 yards. Cole Anderson once for 4 times. And Rocco Pirelli has carried the ball 9 times for 76 yards. Mitch Eitenauer came in the second quarter and carried the ball quite a bit. Actually 5 times for 28 yards. Total of 229 yards on the ground for the Green Bears. Again, that goes along with their 57 yards passing for a total of 280 yards of total offense. Sam McCaffrey has a touchdown run. A.J. George has a 15-yard TD pass to Rocco Pirello. Jackson Snyder has 2 catches for touchdown passes. Jack Perozic, a 40-yard TD interception return, and a 51-yard TD run by Sam McCaffrey. The score on the board right now at the first half is the Green Bears 44 and the Montpelier Locomotives 7.
How about a wild one up the road? They just got to the locker room. 67 points on the board in Eden right now at the intermission, Foz.
Wow.
St. Paul 36, Eden 31. They're going to go past the 45-44 game from a year ago, it looks like.
Jeez, that's a lot of points first half. Absolutely. Wow.
So 36-31, Norwalk St. Paul leading there at the half. Here it's 44-7, Ottawa Hills over Montpelier. We'll step aside, take a quick break. Krista will be back with a game break on our Main Stops halftime show in just a moment.
Clean up your yard with Ego battery-powered blowers for only $179, or check out the Ego pole saws and 18-inch chainsaws on sale now. All at Donaldson's Ace Hardware on Union Street in Bryan. How about a Milwaukee M18 Fuel 16-inch chainsaw for $299, or a Milwaukee drill driver M12 combo kit for $129, and an M18 drill driver and impact kit for only $169, all with Ace Rewards. Milwaukee has a variety of hand tools on sale. Your choice, $19.99. For that garage cleanup, pick up a Craftsman 10-gallon bath for only $99.99 with Ace Rewards. It's all at Donaldson's Ace Hardware on Union Street in Bryan. Ace, the helpful place. Even though we don't know what life has in store for our homes or car, we can still prepare. Introducing the Damage Doesn't Have to Be Too Damaging policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly. Contact Danielle Van Atta, agent at 1318 East High Street, Suite A in Bryan, or call 419-636-0408 today. American Family Insurance Company. SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Your friends at your neighborhood Eden Farmers Co-op Country Store would like to invite you you to stop in at the Eden, Montpelier, and Edgerton stores to check out their complete line of pet supplies, animal feed, and outdoor products. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff is ready to answer all of your questions concerning their complete line of Kalmbach, Land O'Lakes, and much, much more. For your convenience, your purchase can be carried to your vehicle by one of their employees. Be sure to stop by soon and see them at your hometown country store, the Eden Farmers Co-op.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Krista Bruner in B-Rock Studios with a look of your halftime scores brought to you by the Northwest Ohio Main Stops. In our broadcast game, Ottawa Hills is on top of Montpelier 44-7. On our sister station, the Q 96.5, Bryan is winning over Evergreen 13-0. Delta is leading Wauseon 3-0 at the half. Anthony Wayne wants to win over Napoleon 14-0. Tenora is on top of Paulding 10-0. Salina is winning over Defiance 7-0. Wayne Trace is fighting back Fairview 22-6. Archibald leads Swanton 35-0. Liberty Center is on top of Patrick Henry 28-6. Toledo Christian is holding down Holgate 36-0. Antwerp is leading Ayersville 27-16. North Central leads Hilltop 44-0. And St. Paul has the lead over Eden 36-31. In NLB, the Cleveland Guardians won earlier today 2-1 over Tampa Bay. I'll get it right. The Mariners won 4-0 over the Blue Jays, and the Padres are leading 2-0 over the Mets in the bottom of the first inning. This has been a check of your scores brought to you by the Northwest Ohio Main Stops. More play-by-play coverage coming up on B-Rock.
Part of the Montpelier Athletic Boosters and help support all the athletes at the Montpelier schools by calling 419-485-6785. The Montpelier Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the Montpelier athletes good luck in today's game. Strive to be the best, and you will succeed at everything you do. The Montpelier Boosters are proud of all your achievements. Good luck and do your best. That's all anyone can ask. And go Locos!
In this moment, who has your back? Do you know the name of your insurance agent? Does your agent know your name? Or would you call a 1-800 number that connects you with who? Another state? Another country? Get a local independent insurance agent with Auto Owners Insurance. Somebody you can call when bad stuff happens. In this moment, get an agent who will protect you in that moment. Visit Andrews O'Neill & Lowe in Archbold, Bryan, or Wauseon, or online at andrewsoneillandlowe.com.
The newest way to save money is also the easiest way to save money. With Midwest Community Federal Credit Union's new rewards checking account powered by Bazing, you get access to thousands of local discounts on shopping, dining, travel, and so much more. All you have to do is show your mobile coupon and save. No matter who you are or what you do, saving money is for everyone. Stop by a Midwest Community branch or visit midwestcommunity.org to open a rewards checking account today.
Back out at Hobie Krause Field in Montpelier, 44-7 our score. Ottawa Hills in front. Just a quick recap of where we stand in computer points entering Week 8 play tonight in terms of affecting teams in our area. In Division 3, Region 10, Defiance is 10th. They were trailing Salina last we heard, unless Krista gave an update where it was tied or Defiance had moved in front. But the last update we'd had was Salina was in front. But Defiance in a good spot still, though, with a 5-2 record and sitting 10th in computer points. If they won another couple of games, they actually would sneak their way into the top 8. Top 8, of course, get to host. In Division 4, Region 14, Van Wert is 4th this week. St. Mary's, another school from the WBL, is 8th. Wauseon 10th. They were in a battle with Delta tonight. Napoleon was 14th, and Bryan was clinging to that final spot. Right now, Bryan, if the playoffs started, they would be heading to Cleveland to take on Glenville, the number 1 seed and number 1 team in the state, in that opening round game in D4 if that started today.
Not ideal.
Not ideal. That's a great way of saying it. D5, Region 18. You know what, though? You put something in, still say playoff appearance, right? You can't take that away. Division 5, Region 18, Liberty Center first, and they were in control of that PH game. Archibald in control there, although they're not going to get much out of beating Swanton tonight. Delta was 10th. Now, if Delta wins tonight, they get the 5-2 Wauseon points. That puts Delta in a really good spot heading into the final couple of weeks. Tenora was 15th in that region as well. Boy, D5, Region 18. I know I don't want to keep hammering an old dead horse, but my goodness, D5 Region 18 is loaded, my friend.
A lot of teams who have made deep playoff runs and have won state championships in that region. So that's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, and that's D5 Region 18. In Division 6, Region 22, Columbus Grove is 4th this week. Ottawa Hills came into the week 6th in Division 6, Region 22 at 5-1. Patrick Henry is 12th. Evergreen was, and these are teams that are out. Evergreen 17, Wayne Trace 18, Hicksville 20th. Hicksville was even in the discussion at 1-6. I mean, they appeared on the page, but never was really a reality. You're looking at if Wayne Trace would somehow, like if they win tonight, and they're going to win to get to 3-5. If Trace would find a way to beat Antwerp, again, I know long odds, but all of a sudden you get Wayne Trace jumps into the picture with that huge upset. So that would be a possibility. Antwerp and Ayersville playing tonight. Division 7, Region 26. Ayersville was 2nd, Antwerp 4th beginning tonight. Edgerton was 7th. North Central was 10th. So if the playoffs started today, it would have been North Central at Edgerton in that opening round game in a 10-7. Eden 12th, Crestview is 16th. D7 Region 26 has some teams that are either good this year, Foz, or have advanced down the tournament trail. You look at everything, and the top 7 are all either 7-0 or 6-1, and then at 8, Pandora Gilboa is 5-2, and then you get an LCC who's Division 7, Region 26, and they're a 4-3 team against that difficult schedule that they play. So D7 Region 26 is one of those regions that we've talked about also in the past. That is
got a few teams in this area that are right there, and North Central down the road gets one win tonight. I think they're probably in for their first year.
They get Summerfield next week, and then they play Whiteford, and then in week
won't
10.
get much help tonight with Hilltop. What did we say on that? If they 2 for sure, if they get 2 of the last 3 counting tonight, they're in. And maybe with some luck, even with just the one win tonight, they could squeeze in. Of course, they wouldn't host, but it'll be interesting to see how that all shakes out. And I think for sure if they got one of those last 2, they would be in, and maybe even host.
You know, and then you look at a team like Edgerton, who's not only thinking playoff points, but also thinking GMC title. They're winning easily tonight over Hicksville. They do go to Tenora next week, and then a Week 10 showdown at their place. Antwerp comes to town with a potential GMC title on the line. Antwerp wins tonight. If they hang on there and they both take care of business next week, then it's Week 10 for the GMC championship.
Could be. It could be a tough sled, though, for Edgerton. The 2 most difficult teams, probably, or at least arguably with Tenora and Antwerp left on their schedule, going to be very difficult. A lot of points out there. It's still a lot of opportunity, and it's just fun for your team if you're an Edgerton Bulldog, that you're going into Week 9 and you still have a heck of a lot to play for. You've got all your goals right in front of you, a league championship and a possible playoff berth. So that's always exciting. And, you start getting towards the end of the season and you start trying to find ways to sell your team to stay interested and compete at a high level and have pride in performance. And it's difficult for some of those teams that really have nothing to play for in terms of the goals in which they had set. So you got to kind of get creative if you're a coaching staff, but it's easy as a coaching staff if you say, hey, here's the deal. We win this game, we're in the playoffs, and we win these 2 games, we can win the league title. So that's an easy sell to your kids.
Want to see how Tenora finishes.
Yeah.
Head coach, of course, resigned this week, and all of the controversy and turmoil over there in the school district. I want to see how they finish, because it's not an easy road to finish. And you still got Edgerton, as we said, to finish your schedule, and they're hanging around as a number 15 seed right now. So we'll see if they are able to weather all of that and advance to the postseason. Here, I want to ask you a question about this. So it's 44-7, nothing in doubt game-wise here. What do you want to see if you're both coaches here in this second half? Let's start with Andy Robinson in Montpelier.
Well, again, progress, improvement. You got a young quarterback in there. You want to protect him. You want to give him some confidence. He's shown some signs of making some really good plays out there. You'd like to see your team play a little cleaner. You turn the ball over 4 times, and you can't win games against anybody, especially against a good Ottawa Hills team, when you're turning the ball over that much. So ball security is always going to be a premium. And then really what you just try to do to your team is you just try to narrow things down and say, listen, first half didn't go out that well for us. Let's focus on winning the third quarter, okay? And then the next goal is let's win on the fourth quarter. So just ways of shortening the game for your kids and trying not to have them get too far out ahead of themselves, and taking one play at a time and setting your goals a little bit smaller. If you're Ottawa Hills, again, you want to be crisp, and you're going to win this game. Your kids know you're going to win this game, but you've got 2 really important games coming up with Northwood and with Eden. That's going to decide the TAC championship. And you want to make sure your team is healthy. So how much do you play your kids in the second half? Then you also want to make sure they're sharp. So, again, that's one of those things. You got to play them a little bit to keep them sharp, but this is a team that's had a lot of injuries and key players. And so that's in the back of their mind as well. And so Coach Hardman, what do I think? I think probably he'll come out and play as ones, maybe a series. And then get the backups in. But he started, as you saw, and he mixed them in. It wasn't wholesale, but he mixed in some backups there in the first half. So see what happens. It's kind of a tough thing in football because of the injury factor. But you got to keep your guys sharp, especially when you got big games coming up.
Boy, you just helped somebody out, too.
What's that?
In a college atmosphere by saying, we'll see what happens. You just made somebody's
they
night.
like that. I've been told by people who listen to us that I say that phrase a little bit too much. So this became, a drinking game or something like that with college campuses? I don't know.
So Delta and Wauseon, are you ready for this? Fourth quarter. They're ready to start the fourth. Delta with a field goal. That's it. 3-0 Delta going to the fourth.
That's old school football right there, man.
Archbold 42-0 over Swanton. Bryan 27-0 over Evergreen. Salina 15-0 lead on Defiance. And Anthony Wayne leads Napoleon 21-0. Edgerton 35-13. It remains over Hicksville. Our halftime score here is 44-7, Ottawa Hills. We're about ready to start the second half. Your halftime show brought to you by the Main Stops of Northwest Ohio. Always open when you need them. The Main Stops of Northwest Ohio. That second half starts when we come back.
John Dye and everyone at Strong Real Estate in Montpelier would like to wish all the athletes in tonight's game good luck. Located right in the heart of Montpelier, Ohio, Strong Real Estate Solutions is successfully helping people find that perfect home, building lot, or commercial property. Strong Real Estate Associates are available to provide you with full service in all your real estate needs. Contact John Dye today at Strong Real Estate Solutions in Montpelier, Ohio.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
See Cannell Insurance Agency of downtown Montpelier, your auto owner's insurance agent.
Hi, Dan Stuckey here, broker owner of Real Estate Advantage Team. We believe that giving back to our community is not only a pleasure, but the right thing to do. To show our dedication to the community, we will donate 10% of the company's net income from your sale to a church or nonprofit charity of your choice, honoring you as the reason for the donation. So let's get you moving. Call 419-636-5100 for more details.
Back out here in Montpelier, it is going to be Montpelier football here to start the second half. Montpelier deferred and going to get their offense out onto the field here to begin this second half of play, trailing 44-7. Ottawa Hills at 5-1, going to leave here 6-1 and 2-1 in the TAC, and of course their two heaviest hitters as far as the TAC is concerned will be coming up in the next 2 weeks. Northwood and Eden. At Northwood, home with Eden then in week 10. Here's your run up and kick, just kind of a low liner that will be scooped up at the 22-yard line by Carmelo Jones. Jones to the 35-40. Jones out to the 42. Good 20-yard return. Jason Neuendorf, another freshman playing special teams, makes the stop, and Montpelier 1st and 10 there with a good kickoff return. From their own 42 is where this Loco offense will go to work. Again, running clock. This happens here in the second half. The clock will be stopped when an official's timeout is called for an injured player. Following a change of team possession, a charge timeout is called. At the end of the quarter, the third quarter, when a score occurs, or as they have in there, any unusual delays that could happen, whether it be a weather-related, which isn't going to happen tonight, but those are the reasons for stoppages. Sharps on the give on the inside, and a run of about 3 to the 45-yard line.
Andy, I do want to correct a mistake that I made on the stats there. Montpelier had 4 turnovers, but it was 2 fumbles and 2 interceptions. I had mistakenly said 3 interceptions, so I do want to correct that.
Cooley got that carry, so we're looking at that exchange. That was an all-freshman backfield. Sharps at quarterback, Cooley at running back. Cooley gets 4 to the 46-yard line, so it'll be 2nd down and 6 from their own 46. Montpelier moves right to left. Sharps with 2 receivers left and a receiver to the right. Sharps gets the snap. Sharps looking, has time, throws down the middle, looking, and it is up for grabs, and McCaffrey tapped it away from Chavez Martin. Good play defensively.
It was by McCaffrey. That was one of those 50-50 balls, and McCaffrey just kind of knocked it. That was the same play that Montpelier scored on in the first half, in which Chavez Martin got behind the Ottawa Hills defenders. That time McCaffrey closed in and knocked it away.
And now it will be 3rd down and 6. Montpelier at their own 46. Hash mark near side. Trips to the right. Martin a receiver to the left. Sharps has Cooley in the backfield. Sharps, one-handed grab on the snap. Looks for Chavez Martin, and it's busted up. Good job by Nick Anderson, the safety, who came up and dislodged the football, and it'll go to the turf and be 4th down. And Montpelier's offense, it appears, will stay out there and go for it near midfield. 4th down and 6 from their own 46. 9:20 remaining in the third. 44-7 Ottawa Hills on our Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. Play call is in. Sharps has Cooley in the backfield. They'll send 3 receivers wide to the right. Chavez Martin is a receiver to the left. Play clock down to 7, at 6, at 5. Sharps gets the snap. Looks, scrambles, got room to run if he wants it, and will take it. 45-50, 1st down and out of bounds inside the 45. Nudged out near side by Brady Larson. But they cash in for the first time on 4th down, and a good scramble run that time by Hayden Sharps for the 1st down.
That's one of those things that I think Sharps is able to do, and if the play breaks down, if you're going to run the spread, you got to have that threat of a running quarterback. And that time, nothing there, and Sharps made the wise decision just to tuck it and run.
He got 12. Trent Grisham is homered. San Diego 3, the New York Mets nothing. Liberty Center 35, Patrick Henry 6, Archbold 42, Swanton 7. 1st and 10 at the 42. Martin in motion to the far side. Cooley the carry. Cooley back to the line of scrimmage, and that is about it. A host of players led by George and Luke Nepper make the stop. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10. 7:55 and rolling to play here in quarter number 3. 2nd and 10. Montpelier at the 42 of Ottawa Hills. Two receivers go right, receiver to the left, and a tight end to the left as well. Here's Martin in motion far side. Give to Cooley. Looking to the right side. Great job knifing through Luke Nepper. He made initial contact. Cooper Eidenauer then cleaned it up. And that's a loss. Forward progress back to the 48-yard line. So it's a loss of 6. And it's 3rd and 16, Montpelier. Brian 27, Evergreen 7. Brian, that number 16 seed, as we told you, winnable games really the rest of the way, but favored this week, favored next week against Swanton, and then maybe a slight favorite against Wassy. If not, it's even.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to beat Wassy, but they're very capable of it, and if they do that, then they're in.
Wassy has kind of fallen off on the offensive side here the last couple of weeks. Defense playing well. 3rd and 16. Sharps with Anderson bearing down. Gets rid of it. It's off the deflection. It's intercepted, and George is going to go or have a shot at 50 yards. Oh, the lateral last minute. Was he down or not? No.
No, he was not down.
George flips it last minute, and it's Cooper Eidenauer who gets the touchdown, who was the trailer coming behind him. First, the tip on the interception on the tip drill, and then George ran 40 yards and then flipped it to Eidenauer the final 10.
What a great play by George all the way around. I can't say it any better than you did. But
dude, that's backyard.
That is. He was falling down, and most of your coaches will say don't do that because you risk fumbling it right back to the team, but it was a great play. And
I think it's okay to do it at 44-7.
Yeah, you're a little more liberal when it happens when you're up that big, but nonetheless, what a great play. And
so the TD, that's the second INT return for a touchdown, but this time 2 guys got involved in the interception return. So now the 2-point try. Anderson awaits the snap. Pillarelli is in the backfield. They'll give it to Rocco. Rocco found a seam in the middle, and Rocco cruises in, and it's 52-7. The new score, Ottawa Hills in front. We'll be right back. Have you always dreamed of starting your own business? Are you looking for ways to fund your child's education or save for retirement? Maybe you'd like to buy that dream home. Well, the State Bank can help you meet your financial goals, whatever they may be. With State Bank, you'll get all the products and services you expect from your bank with the personal attention of a locally operated community bank. Find a location near you today. State Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. North Central 50 and Hilltop nothing. Wayne Trace continuing to lead Fairview 22-6. Edgerton 43-13 over Hicksville, all in the second half. Eden and St. Paul tight, Antwerp and Ayersville tight. Those are the closest games around the area that we've heard scores on tonight. It is 52-7 here. As Harley Talbot's ready to kick it away.
Watching her sprint down there. Blowing things up.
Again, just kind of punching it down the middle. Ash Walls gathers it at the 30, 35. He's out close to the 40 on the return, sandwiched there. Jack Eidenauer, 5'7", 140-pound senior coming out for football in his senior year, hadn't played and decides to come out this year and having fun being a part of a soon-to-be 6-1 team. First and 10 Montpelier at their own 40. We could see the next man in for Anderson at quarterback would be the young man that we just saw on the return, potentially Jack Eidenauer. So Sharps with Cooley in the backfield, first and 10 at their own 40. Sharps under duress goes down again. Knifing through Cooper Eidenauer, who just collected the touchdown off the lateral, gets a sack on the quarterback and a loss of 8. Second and 18 coming up. So second down and 18. 3 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. for Montpelier offensively. Cooley, the only running back. Little bubble screen to the near side. Pass is caught by Nathan Rummel. 35-40, cut down at the 41. So he'll get the yardage lost plus 1 back. It'll be 3rd down and 9. From their own 41-yard line. 52-7 Ottawa Hills as we approach 4.5 to play. Wasion has taken the lead. 7-3 on Delta late in the 4th quarter. Third and 9, Montpelier with trips to the right. They give to Cooley on the inside. Cooley is spun forward by Jace Neuendorf at 43-yard line, a pickup of 2, and it'll be 4th down and 7. Montpelier at their own 43-yard line.
Montpelier elected to go for it here, and why not? What do you got to lose at this point?
And they will go for it here on the 4th and 7. Here's Sharps. Looks. Goes to the right side. May run, directing traffic. He steps up, kind of gets away from George, and then slid down well short of the 1st down at the 45-yard line. It'll be a turnover on downs.
Good protection by Montpelier. There was nobody there. It was a coverage sack. I'm looking up the field to see if there's anybody open for Montpelier. And credit Ottawa Hills, they were blanketing it. So Sharps had really no other option other than to tuck the ball and run it, and it just wasn't going to be enough for the 1st down.
So from the Montpelier 44, Ottawa Hills football here on WBNO FM in Bryan. 3:25 and counting to play in this one. Jack Eidenauer is the new quarterback, the 5'7", 140-pound senior. Gives to Rocco Pillarelli. Pillarelli trying to get to the outside, but Grant Gorell won't let him get there. Good job by Gorell coming up and throwing him for a loss of 2 on the play.
Yeah, Gorell and Zieski both did a nice job on the perimeter, and Pirelli's got some speed, and they just did a good job of leveraging the ball, setting the edge, and making the play. Again, you Montpelier defense going back really now the 4th series in a row has played pretty well. Ottawa Hills has scored on defensively, hadn't scored offensively in 4 series. So
Eidenauer gives, it's Eidenauer on the keep, and Eidenauer back to the line of scrimmage. Eli Fackler hammers him home along with some help defensively there. So it'll be 3rd and 12. Now, Foz, you are all about, after a lot of years coaching, a connoisseur of press box food or concession stand food.
Yeah.
What did you say a week ago that Ottawa Hills brings to the table?
Oh, it's the best concession stands in the area. Other than Montpelier's tonight with all the great parents that we have for the girls basketball team.
Again, the shameless promotion. But what did
Ottawa Hills, tonight.
What did Ottawa Hills bring to the table that you enjoyed?
Well,
wasn't it the cocoa?
Well, for the popcorn's in a box, by the way, which makes it a little bit extra special.
Fumble on the exchange. Pillarelli got on it at the 49.
And the hot cocoa is something to die for.
And Ottawa Hills is one of your favorite settings for stadiums.
I love that setting right there in the neighborhood. I love Montpelier's setting in the neighborhood. I like those downtown feels or park feels for stadiums. I don't like the new stadiums. I understand why they're built, because that's where the schools are, because that's where the real estate is. There's no feel for me, though. I like those Van Wert in town, Liberty Center in town, those kind of feels for your stadiums. Ottawa Hills has that. It's right in the middle of a neighborhood.
4th and 15 for Ottawa Hills near midfield. Eidenauer to keep it. Eidenauer, 45-40, 35-30. He's got the 1st down and more. 20, 15, 10, 5. He's down at the 1. Jack Eidenauer explodes for 45 yards, and it'll be 1st and goal. All of that on 4th down. 50 seconds and counting to play. 1st and goal at the 1. I just texted their dad and said, as many mentions as those kids are getting, I expect a gratuity.
For sure.
He's a heavy hitter in the business world. 1st and goal at the 1. 52-7. We will have at least one more snap here before the end of the 3rd quarter. Pillarelli joins Eidenauer in the backfield. Play clock at 5. It'll be Eidenauer to throw a screen to the far side. It falls incomplete, and that is how your third quarter will come to an end. 3 in the books here in Montpelier, 52-7 Ottawa Hills. They'll have a 2nd and goal at the 1 when we start the fourth quarter in just a moment.
Your home is the one place where everything should be perfect, including your air. Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services helps you achieve the perfect air you deserve with reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. Call Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services and see how soon you can get a Lennox home comfort system that'll help improve your health and your mood. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Call us today at 1-800-329-4040 or visit us at starksphs.com.
Major League Baseball update, bottom of the second. San Diego continues to lead the Mets 3-0. Bryan 33-7 over Evergreen. Archibald 42-14.
Just got a text in, Andy, 50-0 North Central over Hilltop right now.
And I believe that's a fourth quarter score. Edgerton 43-13 over the Hicksville Aces. So we're getting into the fourth quarter in all those games, with the exception of St. Paul and Eden, where it was back and forth in a 35-31 first half of football there. Here it's 52-7 Ottawa Hills. All right, you've seen them both. Think about this. And then maybe after this play, talk a little bit about it, because we're going to get a snap here on a 2nd and goal at the 1. Ottawa Hills and Eden.
Ottawa Hills.
I'll let you go into the reason why. Eden improving as the year's gone on in a lot of facets, but I want you to tell me why Ottawa Hills. High snap. Eidenauer gets it on one hop, trying to get outside. A stiff arm and not going to get there. And a flag flies in on, I believe, a tackle, probably a face mask or a horse collar.
Got to be a face mask, Andy, on that.
So why Ottawa Hills?
Well, I just think...
why an edge to them?
Defensively, they're better than Eden. Offensively, I think maybe I'd give the slight edge, and I think albeit very slight to Eden, but Ottawa Hills is much more balanced. They run the ball more effectively. Eden doesn't try to run the ball too much. I just think they're better. I think they're better defensively. I think they're better all around.
One-score game, two-score game?
I think it'll be competitive, but I think Ottawa Hills in the end wins by double digits.
Jack Eidenauer gives on the inside. And it's a touchdown, and I believe that might have been Mitch Eidenauer. Let's wait and see if it was 10 that got the carry. It is. Mitch Eidenauer. And that makes it 58-7. By the way, they have 3 complete in that Antwerp-Ayersville game. 27-16 Antwerp in that one.
You know, this is the time when you hope that your hometown clock guy hits the go button a little quicker than maybe needs to get this clock moving.
It's a tough crowd. Here's Jack Eidenauer, tries to loft it, and he does. He got rid of it to Ben Burke in the end zone. Had a defender all over him. 60-7, Ottawa Hills. Timeout on the field, 11 and change to play in this one. Back for the ending and who knows what from the Foz when we continue.
If you've been thinking about a remodeling project for your home or business, Field Supply Center in Blakesley should be your first choice. Field Supply Center in Blakesley and not only has all the lumber for that project, they also have all the building supplies you'll need, along with everything you need for the project, including the cabinetry, plus the expertise to help make your home even more beautiful. It's all at Field Supply Center, located in Blakesley. Field Supply Center, wishing good luck to all the players in tonight's game.
Welcome back out here to Montpelier. It is final. Wauseon 7-3 over Delta tonight. There's your final. Here it's 60-7 Ottawa Hills with 11 minutes remaining. Ottawa Hills going to be 6-1 and 2-0 in the TAC. Montpelier will drop to 2-6. 39-36, Eden in front of Norwalk St. Paul. Still 8.5 left in the third in that one.
Boy, they've had a couple real good classical games here the last couple of years, haven't they?
Boy, last year. And it ended with a stop there late. 45-44, St. Paul. Kickoff will happen from the 45 thanks to that penalty there late that's going to be assessed here on the kickoff. Harley Talbot handling the kicking tonight. Ash Walls on the return. And good return out to the 34-yard line.
Ash kind of being in that up back position there with the 53 number, but he used to be a running back, so he can run the ball a little bit when kicked to him and has had a couple nice returns from up there.
Will we ever see, I'm not even asking Swanton getting back to anything that they were. Will we ever see Swanton competitive again?
Oh, you can never say never. I mean, that's not fair to say.
It's been a long run. Feebleness.
You know, we remember the days in the 80s and 90s when, you know, Swanton was the top of the NWAL.
I understand why. Part of the reason big part is they're going into the Toledo area schools if you get any good athletes.
There's a couple nice run there by Bryce Cooley. Nice little move. You know, it really is. A lot of it is your community dynamics and you know, again, they also have that burden of having St. John's right down the road and Anthony Wayne, which is growing out, which kind of butts up against Swanton too. That hurts Swanton. You know, there's a lot of different reasons of why you have a good football team or not.
Sharps to Garrett Gurrell on a screen, and Garrett Gurrell has the first down out to the 49-yard line. Pickup of 12 on the play. More scores, end of 3. Liberty Center 43-6 over Patrick Henry. Now 56-0 North Central over Hilltop. Here it is 60-7 Ottawa Hills. First and 10 Montpelier from their own 49. Under 9 remaining in this one. We told you who Ottawa Hills will finish with, as that's a run of 6 on the play. Montpelier finishes with Margaretta and Hilltop, both those games on the road. This is the home finale for Montpelier tonight. Second down for Montpelier from the 46 of Ottawa Hills. 2nd and 5. Sharps and Cooley in the backfield. Brinks a receiver to the right. There are 2 receivers left and a wing to the left as well. Here's Sharps to throw. Looks, steps up in the pocket. Sharps scrambling here to the near side. Tuck and run and runs out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Making sure he goes out is Nolan Strasbaugh. He'll be short of the first down by a couple, so it'll be 3rd and 2. Boy, the way the clock moves here in a running clock, this conceivably might be Montpelier, possibly a last possession.
Could be.
Could, depending on how long they possess it. Do they score again? When does Ottawa Hills get it back? And 3rd and less than a yard from the 41-yard line. Cooley plows straight ahead and gets to the second level and beyond. Has a first down of a gain of 8 on 3rd and inches.
Cooley's had a couple nice runs the second half here. And
Jack Eidenauer and Nolan Strasbaugh make the stop.
North Central in a resounding win over Hilltop tonight, giving up unofficially only 2 first downs and a 56-0 victory.
Edgerton adds another 49-13 over Hicksville.
How about that first year of football for North Central, though? A team that could possibly make the playoffs here, depending on these last couple weeks. And sounds like the community's just been overwhelmingly excited about attending the games. Last weekend, the 50-50 at North Central was
Marion local Coldwater-like?
Not quite that big, and who could say that? But it was $750, 50-50. That's pretty good.
2nd down and 7 coming up. One receiver both ways, back to throw, firing near side, and Sharps misses high for
Sharps
Smith.
When he throws the ball, when he misses high, and a lot of that's just getting your momentum backwards and maybe feeling the pass rush a little bit. You got to transition that weight going forward so you don't get on your back foot and let the ball sail.
More than midway through this 4th quarter. It'll be a 3rd down and close to 6 for the 1st down. Receiver and wing to the left, receiver to the right. High snap, sails over the head of Sharps. He goes scrambling back to get it. It's still loose, and Ottawa Hills has scooped it up, I think. Or did Cooley get it back? Cooley got it back. Having a shot at it was Teddy Zapersky, but Cooley wrestled it away at the 41. Big loss on 9 on the play. And now 4th and very long. 4th and 18 for the 1st down. Aldemus has hit Brewer again for another touchdown. Actually, check that. That was the 2-pointer. Aldemus, a 76-yard quarterback draw for a touchdown, and then the 2-pointer. They go for it on 4th and 18. Ball up for grabs. Smith harnesses it in. He's inside the 5. Won the 50-50 battle with Ian Densmore.
Yeah, just it was a really nice throw, 50-yard throw in the air, and I thought that maybe Smith stopped on the ball too early there, but he did adjust it and really went up and won that 50-50 ball. That was a contested catch, so great catch by Cam Smith.
So, by the way, with all of that said, it's Antwerp 35 and Ayersville 16. So the Archers, it appears as if they're on that doorstep of going 8-0. And trying to power their way in and did get the 2-point try. 60-15 our score. We'll take a break and be right back.
When it comes to choosing a memorial that represents the lasting memories of a person's life, the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio can create exactly what you are looking for, like an eagle soaring through the woods etched on a memorial, a bench that has mom and dad's names engraved into the granite to sit and reflect, a picture of the family farm etched on the stone, or maybe your style is a memorial that has a split headstone with a vase in between for flowers. The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families in the tri-state area since 1924.
Correct myself on that. A touchdown for Montpelier. Smith had been pushed out of bounds or stopped short, and they score. Now they'll try the extra point. It is 60-13. A couple of other games. One that has gone final. Bryan wins over Evergreen 33-7. Liberty Center at the end of 3 pounding Patrick Henry 43-6. So now the grim extra point attempt is coming, and it is good. So we'll keep it here with 4:13 remaining. And it is 60-14 Ottawa Hills. When we are done with our coverage tonight, Krista will have the scores on the Midwest Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard show here this evening. Had a nice visit. If you weren't with us in the pregame show, had a nice visit with Ohio Lieutenant Governor John Husted, who was here, honorary captain, and it was announced he's part of the 2023 Hall of Fame class that will be unveiled in February here at Montpelier.
I tell you, it's always cool that John Husted still finds his way back to Montpelier, his hometown. And like I said to him tonight, it's not because you're looking for votes, because you're not going to get a whole lot of votes out here in Northwest Ohio with the limited amount of population. It's because he cares about his hometown and the people of Northwest Ohio. And it was so cool seeing him be the honorary captain and, you know, take some pictures with the boys and get out there and talk to the kids, and just nice to see him around here. Wish him nothing but the best moving forward.
So 60-14, 4 minutes remaining here in this one. Ottawa Hills.
Nice response there by Montpelier. I wouldn't say it was a drive because, you know,
they hit a big play.
Hit a big play.
And that's 2 tonight.
Yeah,
the touchdown was just under 70. The first touchdown of the night.
And these games are frustrating. You know, the kids work hard and coaches coach hard. And, we've all been on these kind of games on this side of the scoreboard, and these are difficult games for the kids because you put so much effort and time into it, and sometimes it just doesn't go your way. But Montpelier will regroup and be back next week and finish out the season in a positive way. Got a winnable game, I think, in week 10, and it's gonna be difficult next week against Margaretta. Of course, they beat Ottawa Hills, so that's going to be difficult to sell the kids. And
boy, Bummer, I look at this Ottawa Hills roster.
Yeah.
McCaffrey's a senior, but Pillarellis are back. Perozic is back. Snyder is back. Two of the Eidenauers are back. A.J. George and Ben Burke. Some of your best players are back on the team. Luke Nepper, we've called his name. He's back. Vicenza Jr., he's back. Yeah. I mean, this is a team going to be basically in the same position when these two play, barring big injuries, be in that same spot again next year.
Oh, yeah. It's a loaded younger roster for sure. And much like that of Antwerp, who has, I think, 2 seniors on their roster and having a lot of success this year.
3 minutes and 28 seconds and a timeout taken by Montpelier. 60-14 our score. We'll step aside and take a break and be back in 30 seconds.
Import cars and trucks are amazing, but fixing them creates a dilemma. Do you go to the city for service and repairs? Well, it's time for a change. Jason Dietz Automotive Services on State Route 6, just east of Edgerton, is the answer. If you own a Volkswagen, Toyota, Honda, BMW, Mercedes, or any other Asian or European vehicle, Jason Dietz Automotive Services has you covered. With over 30 years of experience on imports, Dave Brown and Sam Bailey are the experts that can fix it right the first time. So if you're looking for a mechanic that can fix the problem your last mechanic couldn't, call 419-298-0777 and make your appointment today.
3:28 remaining in this one, 60-14 Ottawa Hills.
You know what the over-under at the beginning of the season was for the Nebraska Cornhuskers, Angie?
For wins?
Yeah.
Do you know it?
I do know it.
What was it?
8.5. You think they're going to reach?
I would have bet under from the get-go.
Well, everybody thought they would. Well, a lot of people thought they could possibly win the West. They're atrocious.
Yeah, it's
getting beat 13-0 right now at Rutgers on a Friday night. Yikes.
First down and 10 coming up out of this timeout. We're going to have a neutral zone infraction on the Montpelier defense.
Can Nebraska ever be like what you and I grew up with them?
I don't know. It's a long climb. Let's put it that way. You're going to need to recruit.
But why can't you be? Iowa wins 8-9 games a year.
They do.
Bo Pelini won 10 games a year and got fired there.
And then you go back to when you played 11. Solich won 9 a year, and they got rid of him.
That's yep.
You got to know who you are sometimes. And the Tom Osborne years were great, but I don't know that they're ever going to happen again.
I think you can. I don't know about Tom Osborne, but I think you can win 8. I think you can be in Iowa, win 9 games a year at Nebraska with those resources. There's no reason
it's not
why
going to happen right away, though.
No, they're just not very good.
Second down and 5 for Ottawa Hills with 2 and change remaining. Receiver both ways, a wing to the near side. Man coming in motion. Eidenauer on the zone read keeps it, and he'll bang his way into Montpelier territory and collect a first down at the 48. Jack Eidenauer. First down and 10, Ottawa Hills at the 47. The way the clock moves, he may only get, maybe 2 more snaps?
Depends on how quick they get to the line, but we're getting to the end.
Thank Montpelier AD Joe Brigle.
Good night tonight, senior night for Montpelier, and all the athletes that were recognized with their parents. And John Houston in the house, decent crowd here for playing a team from Lucas County. And
there is a snap and a kneel down, and that's how they're going to bring this clock down here in this one tonight. A night owned by Ottawa Hills from the outset, and they end up winning it going away here tonight. And Ottawa Hills will leave Montpelier at 6-1, 2-0 in the Toledo Area Athletic Conference. Games to play against Northwood and Eden. Montpelier 2-6 record. 0-3 in the TAC, and they finish, of course, as we said, with Margaretta and Hilltop, both road games. Margaretta is 6-1 coming into tonight. Hilltop lost to drop to 1-7 on the season. So that is the last time they'll have to do it. Final tonight from Montpelier, Ottawa Hills 60 and Montpelier 14. Our final timeout, and we'll wrap it up when we come back.
The Thompson and Giese Funeral Homes of Montpelier and Pioneer take great pride in caring for families, and they'll work tirelessly to provide you with a beautiful, lasting tribute to your loved one. In addition to the services that are offered, you'll receive an online memorial that you can share with family and friends. They have a wide range of resources to support you, not only today, but in the weeks and months to come. The Thompson and Giese Funeral Homes of Montpelier and Pioneer saying good luck to the athletes in tonight's game.
Camco Industries, with facilities located in West Unity, Ohio and Montpelier, Michigan, has openings on all 3 shifts for production and assembly operators. We manufacture interior plastic products for the automotive industry. As an operator, you will be required to visually inspect, trim, assemble, and pack parts, as well as label containers. You must be able to pass an entry-level test and a substance abuse test. Camco also has openings for shipping associates, material handlers, and production leads. Camco offers a complete benefit package along with a bonus for the successful completion of probationary status, an attendance bonus, and a referral bonus. If you would like to join our team, please complete an application online at www.kumi-na.com or in person at Camco, 1001 East Jackson Street, West Unity, Ohio, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. All rehires will be considered for employment.
60-14, the final. Ottawa Hills moving to 6-1 on the year. Before Bummer goes through the final numbers, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make it easy. I'm not even going to ask you on this one, Foz. Best one tire and service, best play. I'm going with the George INT, the return, and then the lateral to Cooper Eidenauer to finish it for the touchdown. That at the time made it 52-7. That's our best one tire and service, best play of the game. It's a final. Wayne Trace beats Fairview 28-6 as that goes final tonight in the GMC. Quickly, I'll go through the scoring numbers here as far as who scored tonight. A.J. George, 15-yard TD run. Rocco Pillarelli, a 21-yard TD run. Then Cole Anderson to Jackson Snyder, back-to-back of 20 yards and 12 yards. Perozic, a pick six of 40 for a touchdown. Sharps to Martin, Chavez Martin, 68 yards on a TD pass for the Montpelier first score of the night. McCaffrey, a 53-yard TD run. Sam McCaffrey made it 44-7. Then the INT in lateral that we just talked about, 52-7. And then that final score and margin of victory to make it 60 for Ottawa Hills. And then Montpelier got the Sharps touchdown to make it 60-14. The statistical numbers to wrap this up, Fozzie.
Hayden Sharps with his first start for the Montpelier Locomotives unofficially, 9 for 16 for 130 yards. He did have a touchdown pass to Chavez Martin for 68 yards in the air, and also a running touchdown from 2 yards out for the Montpelier Locomotives for their 14 points. Individual staff, we'll just give you a few. Cam Smith had 2 catches for 31 yards. Chavez Martin had the 1 catch, as we said, for 68 yards in the TD. Braden Brink caught 1 for 10, and Nate Rummel caught 2 for 9. Garrett Gorell caught it 1 for 5, and Brennan Friend had a catch for 7. Rushing the football for the Locomotives, Brennan Friend carried the ball 7 times for the Locomotives for 10 yards. Griffin Cooley carried the ball 9 times, mostly late in the game, for 22 yards. And Hayden Sharps, at quarterback, carried the ball 9 times for 11 yards. Locomotives had 130 yards in the air and had, 130 yards in the air and had 43 yards on the ground for a total of 170 yards of total offense. Ottawa Hills, a little bit different story. A lot of scoring, 60 points on the scoreboard tonight. Cole Anderson led the way throwing the football for the Green Bears, 6 for 13 unofficial. This is unofficial for 57 yards. Jack Eidenauer got in tonight and threw the ball 3 times, completed 2 of those. So between the two, 57 yards of total yards passing the football. But they did most of their damage on the ground. The Green Bears had an unofficial amount of 283 yards rushing. Sam McCaffrey 3 times for 82 yards. A.J. George, 8 carries for 27 yards. Rocco Parelli carried the ball 10 times for 76 yards. Jack Eitenmeyer carried the ball 4 times for 59 yards. And Mitch Eitenmeyer carried the ball 6 times for 26 yards. Jack Perozic carried the ball twice for 9 yards, again for 283 yards of total offense for the Green Bears. A lot of touchdowns everywhere. Snyder, 2 touchdown grabs from George. George rushing the ball for a touchdown. Eitenmeyer had a TD run. Eitenmeyer had 2 TD runs, so a lot of touchdown, and then there was 2 interception returns, 4 touchdowns for the Green Bears. So a lot of different ways in which the Green Bears scored. This is a very formidable team. 2 big conference games coming up. Northwood next week, and then of course Eden the following week. So,
and they're just heading to the 4th in Norwalk St. Paul in the Eden matchup in Eden. 44-39. St. Paul with the lead over Eden going to the 4th. Yeah. Want to thank Montpelier AD Joe Brigle, the coaches, for their help in preparing us for this one tonight. Now, next week we'll have football. We'll be in Eden. It's Lakota at Eden. And when I say we, I mean Mike Bumb will be joined by Jim Funderburg next week. I'll be away and off next Friday night, but return for the Week 10 game as well. So thanks to Jim for covering for me for next week. Again, our final tonight, Ottawa Hills 60, Montpelier 14. The Midwest Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard show starts now. So long, everybody.